Live in the afternoon, it's Courtney. Does she know that she's here? But look at those ankle socks. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. I need to learn how to read. I'm supposed to keep shopper. I like jostled my bosoms out of place. I did not do it! That sounds like me when I play the recorder. You can't tell the difference, can you? But being gay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I look like a demon today. Anyway, hello everybody. You are watching episode 63 of Babbling Courtney Brooke. Today I am joined by the lovely Cricket. Hi. Oh, baby girl. She's been needing extra love because she thinks that she's being replaced. Which, by the way, she has been thinking that she's being replaced for the last 2 years. So, yeah. Yeah, it's funny because you're still here. Like you never been at a cricket. Oh, my baby dog. Uh-oh. We have a visitor. Hold on, honey. Someone heard that someone else was getting attention. Hello. Okay, let me just move some stuff around. All right. Man. Chungus really does not like to help at all when you pick her up. She just... It's your job. Why'd you pick me up if you're not going to carry me around? You want your baby? You need to be careful with your baby, please. This dog. What a cute baby. Anyway, hello. Hello. Let's say hello to everybody. Saw, hello. And Carrie, hello. Hello. Oh, hi, push-ups. Are you even listening? And AV Tom, hello. She loves her baby, but and Frank, hello. Almost episode 69. Yes. Are we going to do something? Are we supposed to just have like a nice time? Because it's 69. Anyway, I'm so out of it today, but you know what? Listen, we got to do it. Okay. I'm not messing around here. All right. This is my job, sort of. Dead weight puppy. I know. Yeah, she really does just. Chunga choo choo. Okay. And Matt Stam, hello. Chungus is like lifting a fridge. She is. I'm the man in this house. I guess. Hold on. I think that light, yeah. Okay, that's way better. That light is like, I still look like crap, but whatever. I was just looking real red for a minute there. I guess I still look really red. I don't know. Anyway, who freaking cares? What was I doing? See, I'm just out of it. Congratulations on 600, Courtney. Thank you. We're almost there. We're getting close. So I have to make it a point, though, to try and get some more content into the algo. Just, my brain is just not functioning. There's a road here called Big Beaver Road. It's exit on the highway. It's exit on the highway 69. They did that on purpose. They totally did that on purpose. Who did that? I want to talk to them. That's hilarious. Okay, I can't talk. My brain's not functioning, but let's just let's just go live on the internet anyway. That's not going to be humiliating at all. Purple Panther with a $2. I respect your hustle, girl. Well, thank you. Yeah, you know what? And with that being said, I have a short message. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. Super chat. Super chat. Give me all your money. 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 I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money.
I wish somebody were funding me. I'm poor.
I don't think that's better. My God, the sun comes out and starts ruining everything that I set up. The lighting used to look different, but now it's sunny and there's a big old window. It's partially blocked. Courtney, do you smell toast? Oink. We oinking. That was cute. Not yet. But maybe I am having a stroke. Yeah, something's like, well, I would say something's wrong with my brain, but like not really. This is par for the course. Get rid of that thing. I don't even know what that means. Floating pup. Yep. It's a floating doggies. I know my doggies are magicians. You are a magician. Look at you. My good doggy. Isabella live. Radar love on. Radar. I can't read. Or do I? All right, so you guys are just gonna watch me stare off into space, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything planned because we went over everything yesterday, and then I nothing exciting has happened since then. At least not in my mind. Not anything exciting enough for me to talk about. Like, I know there was a it wasn't a State of the Union address. What was it that Donald Trump did last night? I know, but I don't know. I just like I watched some of it, and that was cool. There were people there that were like stupid and then had to announce that they left because nobody noticed that they left, so they needed to make sure to tell everyone. That's how address to the joint Congress. Okay. Joint talk to Congress. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, it was stupid. Like a group of people who I only knew who one of them was that stupid Jasmine Crockett, all had to post to social media about I got up and left. Well, why did you have to tell us that you left? Why didn't we just know that you left? How come you had to tell us? Is it because no one cared? No one noticed? No one noticed because nobody even wanted you there in the first place? Like, interesting. You're not that important. Yeah. So it was just like, I get it. They're rude. They're stupid. They're making shit up. I don't know. I'm just like, I think I'm just like politically exhausted right now. Like the Epstein file thing, like really just put me in in a mindset of like, I don't fucking care about any of you guys anymore. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. Like, I don't think that we deserve to have all the information regarding those files. Okay. I don't think we do because there's a lot of pain and trauma that these young people who were minors at the time went through that's none of our freaking business. Right. So no, I don't. And I've said it before, like just because somebody was on the flight log doesn't mean shit. It just means they took a flight on a private jet. And back then it wasn't, we didn't have a bunch of Taylor Swifts on our hands. Okay. It was not everybody was taking a private flight every single time they were hopping on a plane. And so not, not everybody had their own private jet or, um, there were the select few that had private jets, but not everybody had access to those people. So yeah, they were, if the people knew who he was, not every single one of them knew what that dude was up to. They just knew that he owned a fucking jet and they wanted to take the jet. That was it. So we can speculate all we want, but if we're not paying attention to context clues, if we're not paying attention to different details that are on those flight logs, it means nothing. So I don't think that we even deserve access to all that stuff because I mean, there's video files of children being sexually abused. You really want that in the public's hands, knowing how deviant and disgusting a lot of these people are. Really? Okay, that's fucking weird. I just think that the FBI already has that information. They don't even need to do an investigation. They just need to uh, arrest the people that are involved. That's it. All I want is for those people to be arrested. And I want them to have I want them to be charged with most shit that they could possibly be charged with without, being overly charged and then getting to walk, right? And then uh yeah, I want them all to spend the rest of their lives in prison. That's what I want. I don't think that I need access. I don't need to watch any of those videos. I don't need to hear any of the audio. I don't care. I don't care. I don't even care if I have to. I don't even need to know the names of every single one. I just want them all to freaking go to prison and bye, 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 bye. That's it. That's all. And then from here on out, uh, not even their estate gets to make any money off of anything that they've ever done in entertainment or anything, right? So like if Tom Hanks, for instance, their estate makes no more money off of fucking Forrest Gump and shit. Okay. Sorry. So on and so forth. So that's what I want. But anyway, I'm just politically fatigued now. Because the thing is, I hate both sides. I hate all of them. Like they're all stupid. They're all useless. They all want us to hate each other. They all want us divided. If you notice, like every single person who chooses a side, they want somewhat similar results. It's just for different reasons. Um, and they hate different people for it, right? Like, yeah, cops are against us. Yeah, the cops aren't out there to protect me. I'm sorry, but they're not. They're out to like get me. They want to get me for speeding tickets, then get a bunch of money out of me. They want to they want to see if they can like find shit on me to try and press charges so they can hit all these quotas, yada yada yada, right? Another side though goes, well, yeah, they hate the people, but they only hate black people. No, they don't like any of us. It's not just black people. It's none of us. So then what? Because I don't think that they're just targeting one type of person. Suddenly I'm ultra right wing and like I masturbate to Matt Walsh and Steven Crowder every day or something. Like what? Anyway, and it's the same thing with like leftists and white supremacists have they have the same desires, right? Like, oh yeah, they believe in segregation. The left just goes, people of color need their safe spaces, whereas the white supremacists are just like, keep these N words out of my space. It's the same shit, just different, just a different narrative. I clicked on the streamer at the moment. Yes, perfect timing. So I just kind of didn't give a shit though about that shit last night because I was just like, I can't. I'm exhausted from all this crap. That hurts my feelings. You don't care about me? I don't know. I guess not. I don't even know anymore. Today is Camelot, aka Chody's birthday. Oh, well, where is he? Should we sing happy birthday to him? Where is he at right now? Who has his number? Let's call him. Chody! Happy birthday! I'm losing my mind. I shouldn't have done this. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I felt like I needed to or something. I don't know. Because it's Wednesday, I think. Yeah. So Jody's birthday is almost exactly 6 months before mine. Did you know that tomorrow marks 6 months of me streaming? Yay! The left getting up to leave mid State of the Union address is so Pelosi tearing up her copy in 2017. You're all ridiculous and no one cares. Yeah, it's all performative. It's all stupid. Can't. I just want to barf over all of it. I just don't give a shit. I don't. I just. Ugh, ow, my butt. Booty, rocking everywhere. Booty, hurting everywhere. It hurt. My butt hurts because after I got my hips adjusted, my body is like it's like it wants to go back to the way it was. And so I have to like realign and then of course yesterday I was sitting all day. I did my stream and then I went and streamed with Keanu afterwards. Did not help. I did do some stretching in between though. It was really cute. Like when I logged in, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna log in like when she sent me the link. I was like, I'm probably gonna get there before her, which is fine, whatever. I'll sit and wait, whatever. I'm just gonna start stretching like until she uh pulls me up onto the or basically like add to stage. Anyway. When somebody sends you a link to join them on StreamYard, like when you log in, you're backstage. And so even if the stream isn't on, like you're not just automatically talking face to face. Like they still have to like add to stage so you guys can talk to face, and then they like remove you from the stage and start the intro or whatever. Or sometimes they just like leave everybody on the stage. Just depends. So I was like waiting for that moment and I started stretching. She immediately like pulled me on and I was like, oh, hey, I'm just stretching. She was like, oh, good. I'm not ready either. And I was like, oh, no, I was like 10 minutes early or something like that. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure like I didn't get carried away with stretching and then wasn't logged in. I was like, I'd rather just be here like moving around until I hear you talking. It was very cute. It was an adorable little moment. But yeah, I did some of my stretching and definitely needed to do a little bit more. My back always hurts. I drive all day at work and it really wrecks your back muscles. Oh, well, let me tell you. Couple of things. One, do you keep your wallet in your back pocket? If so, that like I've heard that actually fucks men's hips up so bad. Like men have really bad back problems because their wallets are in their back pocket and then they sit on them and it like it moves their hips around. So, if you have a friend that can help you out, what you'll want them to do is like you'll be on your back and then they grab both your feet and they kind of like gently tug just to see if they're like off a little bit. And then what they'll do is they grab the one foot. You have to take a deep breath and they kind of push in a little bit. And then right as you like out like really aggressively, they yank really hard and it will feel like you're about to lose your leg. Not pain wise, but like you'll feel the joints like separating a little bit. And you'll want them to do that on both sides. That's what my acupuncturist did last week, and I can feel it's so funny because the pain that I can feel, like, kicking in on that side is all, like, new pain, it's not, like, the old stiff pain, so I can tell she really did a number. Oh, my dad did that and it messed up his pelvis, so I always carry it in my front pocket. Oh, good thinking, good thinking. But even so, like, driving for work, or just driving all day, like, I used to have really bad pains on, well, I still have really bad pains, like, in my hip flexors from sitting all day because I had a really long commute to work. Like, it was, like, sometimes an hour and a half to 2 hours. It was so bad one way. Um, and then I sat all day at work, and I noticed, like, on my right side because, like, I when driving, I go from brake to accelerator, yada, yada. That side had, um, a lot of extra stiffness when I would try and stretch out. Um And it was almost like because I've always had my camera I'm sorry, my camera is mirrored, and so it looks like this is my right side, but this is my left. Um, I've always had more pain on my left side, um, like, just all through just, like, basically from the base of my skull down to, like, my hip. Um, I think that side of my body was also overcompensating a lot too. So, like, when you're driving, and especially, like, if you're, like, like a truck driver and all that, so you're dealing with a clutch and all this shit, that it really just messes up that whole area because 'cause you're not, it needs to move around a lot. What I started doing I'll show you guys. These are the stretches that I need to be doing all the time anyway. And, of course, when you're driving all day, you can't just, like, get up and do this whenever, but, doing, like, arm circles like that. I do 20 back 20 one way and then 20 the other way, and then I'll do the, like, basically like like an active hug, right, like and so when I cross my arms, I just what's the word? Interchange which way, and I'll do 20 of those, and then I do, my trunk twists, and I essentially do, like, I guess 40 of them, but it's a 20 on each side, just like a and then I'll do my, uh, hip circles. And what I try to do is just like make sure that's like I guess evenly loose on each side. Is I'll do 40 altogether, but I go 10 one way, then I'll go 10 the other way, and then I'll go 10 one way, and then 10 the other way. And I noticed on the days that I do those like, once an hour, um, for at least like I don't know, 5 to 6 hours. I want to get up to just doing it every hour for 10 hours straight. Like wake up at 6, feed the dogs, do those stretches, start getting ready for the day. 7 o'clock rolls around, do it again. 8 o'clock rolls around. I walk the dogs around 9:30. So maybe not necessarily needing to do it then, but then come back, finish getting ready, depending on when I do a stream. So I start my streams like today I started at noon, right? So if I do one at noon, then I usually get back around like 10:30ish and do another round, start getting ready. 11:30 when I'm like doing all my, setting up my lights, plug in the Ethernet cord and all that. Do one more round, start the stream. An hour in, start. Uh, but I notice when I do them more often, my body just feels so much better. I always had my wallet in my back pocket until my hip was hurting because my nerve was pinched and I went to the chiropractor to get it fixed. Yeah, fellas, do not keep your wallet in your back pocket. If you have to, get a fanny pack. I know that sounds terrible, but if you get like one of those like slim flat kind, maybe you can get one that's almost like a belt and it maybe be on the side. I don't know. But yeah, the back pocket is no bueno. Good night, Mr. Thompson over here. I highly recommend for anybody else carry a lot of shit the tactical 511 pants. What does that mean? We don't know. Well, I don't, but we'll figure it out. Cordy looks like she's doing the Macarena dance. That is also potentially helpful. Stretching is good. Yes. And that's the thing, I've said this before, like move your body as much as you can. Don't push your limits and like hurt yourself or anything, but like move. Doing just that, like what I was showing you guys, like that's really simple. And like any fully able-bodied person should be able to do it, even if they have like minor disabilities that could potentially get in the way of other things. Like that's something that a lot of people, probably everybody watching right now, can easily do without overdoing it in some ways or another. Um, like even if you're struggling with, say, like walking really long distances, doing that, just like, okay, that's when I do it, it's usually about 2.5 minutes ish of movement. Just trying to do that every hour. It actually burns a decent amount of calories, and then you're at least getting your body moving around and you're stretching it. You're getting stuff wiggling around and you're getting stuff moved, and like the connective tissues are going to have a lot more like blood flow going through them. Your muscles are going to have a lot more flow going through them. It's just good for your body overall. So I highly recommend that everybody do that. Maybe we'll actually do a full one in a little bit here all together. There was one night, oh my God, I miss Lila Hart's live streams. God, she's so cute. I just remembered she's going to be in Washington this summer. Maybe I'll have enough money to get a ticket to go see the Micro Maidens. But she on one of her live streams, she was doing her arm exercises. She's like, everybody do this with me right now. Blah, 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 blah. Do this. And like, I did it with her. I did it right along with her. And I was like, this is hurting my arms. And she's like, that's good. Keep going. And I loved that because then I was still, entertained and like watching somebody that I enjoyed watching. But for these 5 minutes of this stream, I still moved my body a little bit. So she's awesome. I love her. Oh, yes, push-ups. Thank you for mentioning this. Come hang out with us on Saturday if we do the Knights of the Republic too. It's basically a fictional exploration of the topic we always talk about. Yes, we need to finish watching that because we watched the first episode. We have to start over watching it. But yes, we're gonna do a watch along on Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to start another little watch along marathon. Last time we did a watch along marathon, was it last time? No, it was the time before that. Because it was the last time that I moved my stuff around and I would sit in the corner over there, but I can't do that anymore. But the last time when I was sitting in the corner, we ended up hanging out for like an additional 3 hours, just jabbering away. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. No matter how much pain I was in, I was like, God, everything hurts. I really need to get up and move. But I was like, we're having this conversation. Donald Rumsfeld lost $2.3 trillion. Actually, that reminds me, because me and my don't trust anybody situation. There was I was watching. I'm gonna move this because I can't be comfortable for your little snoot. That's all. Yeah, I know. You're my little baby, and I love you. I need to clear a bunch of stuff off of here. I gotta pull this up because I want to tell you guys about it. I was watching. I was watching that chapter, and it was the latest video that he released. And I just need to I need to find the name. Okay, so there were a couple of different stories. One of them is like the dumbest story in content creator history was a dude who called himself Damn It Boy. And he was like, the reason I call myself that is because uh, everything I do here is going to make you say, damn it, boy. He had a Desert Eagle, and he was like, I want to see if this could shoot through a book. Motherfucker, if you actually owned this gun and you had used it before, I think you would know that the bullet would go through a book. What do you mean? Do you not have shooting ranges around there? Like, why do you want this gun if you don't know how to use it? So he decided that instead of just shooting it at a book, he was going to have his girlfriend shoot it at the book while he was holding it up in front of himself. Their 3-year-old daughter was there. I'm sorry, here's the thing. If you're going to be uh outside of like an emergency, okay? You know, like you're out with your family and somebody is attacking you and you need to use your gun, or you know somebody breaks into your home, you need to use your gun. You know what I mean? Outside of that, your child shouldn't be around. Okay? If you're practicing, if you're doing target shooting, if you are, you know, if you're at the gun range, if you're using it in, I guess, like quote unquote recreational type use, the 3-year-old should not be there, especially with something like a Desert Eagle. I understand like teaching young kids shooting, but there are certain types of guns that they use, and there are specific settings that you need. Okay, the kid needs to have protective gear on, and you need to be like teaching them. You can't be dinking around with a gun with a fucking 3-year-old there, you idiot. Um, the Desert Eagle fires both 50 and 357, both rounds known to penetrate body armor. What a more I know. And he was saying that he had like this was 50 caliber. So like, what are we doing? Depends on the book. Really? Desert Eagle can go through a whole library. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if I had a Desert Eagle, that is not going to be pointed towards anybody or anything that I love. Nope. That goes, I mean, I'd like to have one. Don't get me wrong. That's another thing I need to put on my list of things I want. I want I want a tank, a cannon, a helicopter, a flamethrower, a copy of Mein Kampf. I want to restore my Jetta, and I want a Desert Eagle. But yeah, so she shot it at him, and I guess like it took a long time. Like he was really trying to coax her into it, and she was like, "No." Um, and finally she agreed to it, and then she, of course, ended up going to prison because she killed this dude. I will not confirm or deny there is a Desert Eagle sitting somewhere in a private armory that I use for shits and giggles. Is there a 3-year-old around during this time? I feel like, see, and that's the thing, is that when it comes to having certain firearms around and stuff that you use for shits and giggles or recreational purposes or whatever, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say, when you have long-term experience and are fully aware of uh how dangerous they can be, there are going to be times when you're playing around for shits and giggles. I guarantee you a 3-year-old isn't around hanging out. Yeah, no, not remotely close. No kids until they're trained. And 3 years old, I'm sorry that no, 3 years old is not old enough for training. They don't understand. Like I would say, I mean, I don't know exactly what like age appropriate would be. I think it does depend on like their like behavioral like their behaviors anyway. Like, right, you can kind of get a good gauge. Like when I was 9, I don't think that I would have had fully grasped like what the dangers of that would be. But there might be 9-year-olds out there that understand it. Now, granted, when I was really little, when my parents were still together, my dad did have guns locked up in the house. Like I saw them, like they were locked up in the like the door to the cabinet or whatever. It was like see through. It was glass. Um, and so like I could see them. I just couldn't get into it. Now, granted, if my parents had stuck together, um, there would probably have been a time when I was still kind of young that my dad would have actually like taken us out shooting and stuff like that, and I probably would have had a better capacity of it. However, a gun cabinet or safe, yeah. So my dad had like probably like 5 or 6 guns, I think, locked up in like a gun cabinet, and like while I could see them in there, they were locked up. I could not get. My mom wouldn't. My mom actually also had me under the impression that just touching the cabinet would get me shot. Like she'd be like, "That is so dangerous. Don't touch it." Right. And so like that was pretty cool. And it actually even helped too that when she was when I was really young, she curled her hair every day. And it was the same exact thing she said about her curling iron when it was hot. When she would say the same exact thing about that cabinet. So she'd be like, "That's very dangerous. Don't touch it. You're gonna get hurt." And then I one time touched the curling iron and got hurt. And so I was like, "Well, I guess I can't touch the gun cabinet." Never did. Um, but considering the situation, like with my parents splitting up and my mom not like being well versed in guns or anything at all, um, you know, and I think my dad was actually kind of nervous to like teach us that kind of stuff. Um, outside of my mother's presence, like she was constantly looking for reasons to get him into trouble. So cool. Thanks, mom. Cause that could have been like a really good lesson when I was a little kid. I guess not really. Cause I never like, I was very scared of guns when I was in my early 20s though, like terrified of them. Then my cousin took me out shooting when I was 23. And ever since then, I've been like, guns are pretty cool. That's fine. I like them a lot. So like, I've gone shooting with him a couple times since then. Not anymore because he died last summer, but you know what I mean. But I do think like it just depends on, uh, I think definitely development dependent. Yeah, I think that it depends on like development stages of certain kids because some kids might have like certain learning disabilities or like neurodivergence or something that they might not fully grasp the capacity of it. Um, but I mean, I still think that like, yeah, you can probably there are more than likely, I would say 10 would probably be the youngest, like 9-ish, 10-ish would be the youngest, depending on like the gun style and everything too. Of being able to teach a kid shooting. If again, though, depending on like their developmental stages and all of that. Also, a kid could try a small caliber first. Yeah. I mean, hey, here's the thing. There are all sorts of toy guns out there. I mean, obviously it's not the same, but just being able to like, hey, this is how you this is how you hold a gun. This is how you carry a gun. Don't point that at your face. Don't point it at anything that you're not going to shoot. Don't keep your finger on the trigger. Like just the basics of like, hey, if look at this toy gun, treat it like it's a real one. Here's how you treat it like it's a real one type stuff. And when they get the grasp of like the like seriousness of gun handling, yeah, you have small caliber guns and protective gear and all of that. And I think that would be unfortunately the government cannot be trusted anymore. But I think that could actually be great classes to teach in schools too, like probably high school. But no, dumb. Can't allow that. Anyway, that wasn't even what I was going to talk about. That was just one of the stories in the video that I was watching. 'Cause I was about to go on a whole other tangent about like the attitude that so many Americans have towards guns would be so different if just teaching the basics of gun handling was actually taught in school. Like understanding gun laws, understanding the Second Amendment, understanding the laws in your area or in your state, understanding like learning where you can like where the gun ranges are, what types of guns there are, like all that kind of stuff. Even having like target practice of sorts again, depending on certain things, um, nobody would be scared of guns anymore. People would understand, and also everybody would be under the assumption that everyone just has a gun. Like I remember one time being at the beach, and it was nighttime. It was so funny because they have all these fire pits, and then somebody comes through and puts out all the fires and closes the fire pits, and then after they leave, everyone there just digs a hole next to the fire pit and starts another fire. So that's what everyone was doing, and I turned around, and off in the distance, far enough to where I couldn't hear what was going on, some guy comes out of the bushes, and I saw him pointing a gun at the group of people. And I have to say, you guys, this is actually really upsetting because I was with a group of mostly white people. But I looked over, it was a black dude pointing a gun at a group of black people, and robbed them. And I was like, oh my God. And then I turned back around. I was like, somebody over there has a gun. And then, of course, one of my friends just walks over hey. And then after the guy left too, and because I think he in the time that I was like, oh yeah, somebody over there has a gun. The guy had already left. But he went over there and was like, is everything cool over here? And they're like, oh my God, we just got robbed, blah, blah, blah. Awful. But imagine if it was just assumed that everybody also had a gun. Oh, okay. I think one person with a gun is probably not going to pull out a gun on 6 or 7 other people all who also have guns. That guy's going to be dead. Courtney, back in middle school, we were able to use bow and arrows in gym class. Wow, I can't talk at all. We were able to use bow and arrows in gym class. That's amazing. I think that we need to be able to do that. I think that I mean, again, if everybody just assumes that everyone has a gun, you'd be surprised. Well, I'm just going to tell you, if you abide by the rules of stay strapped or get clapped, a lot of the bad guys with guns are going to bye. Bust at him. Pow, pow, pow. We busting at him. Mr. Rogers. Is that a Mr. Rogers thing? Vengeance Demon. This took me a minute. I looked at this a couple of times. I was like, I don't understand this. I get it now. Twilight, Shimmer, Post 28, Post 28, Post 28. What were the other ones? Lilac, Chic, Post 28 got my girlfriend pregnant. Frank, have you seen it? Post 28? Have you watched our Dress to Impress streams? Have you been there for the shenanigans? Because Post 28 is actually is this. Oh yes, Magica. Plenty of videos of morons trying to rub gun stores. It's like, yep, the crotch thrust. Man, that one is such a hilarious pose to me. Why does that even exist? What also is bizarre to me is that game, to me, looks like it's clearly targeted towards little kids. But there's a lot of sexy outfits, a lot of very sexy outfits, a lot of corset tops. But anyway, the reason I brought all of that up actually, because the dude with the Desert Eagle and all that who got shot and killed, that was one of the stories that I was listening to. But the next one was a woman. I already forgot her name. Hey, chat and ask. Hey, where's the cleavage? I don't recall you giving me any money. Speaking of which, I think I missed one. I did. I missed a super chat. I'm sorry. Isabel live with the $2. The butt ox. Yeah. You think you just come in here and demand cleavage? I'm going to tell you something right now. Right. I have a message for those of you who think you can just demand cleavage. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. Super chat. Super chat. Give me all your money. 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 I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money.
I wish somebody were funding me. I'm poor.
Yeah, that's right. Chat, chat next. Chat next. Oops. That's all right. $10 DM fee. Okay, so this one is it's all right, chat and ask. You know what? Here's the thing. That was actually one thing I remember again, I remember this episode of Simpcast so well now. It was again when Star Wars Theory was on there. What? I was about to call him that Star Wars Theory. Just a two in one. Anyway, I said something about flexing, and then he was like, "No, you have to get money for it." And then I was like, "Oh no, should I put like a shirt on? Because I'm already showing cleavage." He's like, "You should make them pay." And then Chrissy was like, "No, don't put a shirt on." And I was like, "Okay, well, this is a Simpcast. I just figured that's what you do is you have your cleavage out for Simpcast." And then somebody super chatted $100, and then he flexed for everybody. Well, it was so funny. I remember. Like, I looked over at the chat and people were like, "Oh my god, she's simping so hard for him. She wants him so bad," like all this stuff. And I was like, okay, here's the thing. If you do something like somebody super chats $100 for you to do something, right? Okay. And you're like, "Here, I am performing for you," like just even, and then there's just crickets. And no one does anything. And we're just like, how awkward is that? Of course I was going to be like, "Yay! One more time, encore, woo!" Right? If if it were if it was Zia, you better believe she has some pretty fucking amazing muscles too. So yeah, Zia is gonna be flexing her muscles for everybody or whatever. I'm gonna cheer for her. Anybody, yeah. If somebody is waiting to get super chatted to bust out some cleave, and then they bust out some cleave, a lady, I should say, a woman, I don't know, dude. Um, then yes, I'm gonna celebrate her too. So yeah, I guess that means I was simping hard for him in that moment. But that was something that I realized is, you know what? Maybe I should be expecting a little bit of money out of these people now. I showed them in the past, I showed them what they could have, and now Courtney, please don't get muscles. Well, I prefer, honestly, I'd rather work out for strength instead of size. I just want to be strong, you know? I don't want to be a big buff. I was gonna say big buff dude. But I don't want to be like big buff and dude like. Frank with the $20. Beep, 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 beep. That's for post 28. Thank you. Yes. You know what? If you want to see post 28 again, you got to super chat. If you want some cleavage, super chat. Lounge Zinger, hello. Excuse me. What's wrong with man cleave? Well, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong all along. I'm sorry, Lounge Zinger. Thank you for bringing that up. I didn't even realize. Wait, why buy the cow when the milk? Okay, the way I originally read this, because I think that's a typo. Why buy the cow when the milk is free? I thought it was why buy the cow when you can milk us for free, and I was like, well, yeah, that's I want to milk. I don't. I'm gonna milk it or something. Wait, let's see some lounge zinger. Yeah, exactly. Show us your cleave, lounge zinger. Do you like big muscles on a guy though, Courtney? I think it's fine to a degree. There's like a level where it starts to get weird, but like if a guy really enjoys working out and likes to have like big muscles and stuff like that, that can be attractive. I think what it comes down to is the person like taking care of themselves. I hate necessarily saying like is the person healthy because sometimes people can have like health issues in general that they can't really help, but like is the person taking care of themselves? They're not obese, right? Um, and so you have somebody who's like super buff, like Star Wars Theory. Yeah, that's attractive. But also, like there are other guys. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of. Do I know men? Like, and well, like Chody's super buff. That's also attractive. He's a very attractive dude. Men. Do I know a man? Who's just like in normal shape? Gronkowski. Well, I would say he's like super ripped too. That dude was like, for the longest time, was carved out of granite. I don't know about it right now necessarily because he's been retired for a little bit, but like, and also like I haven't seen him like without a shirt on or anything. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I've seen him in a suit. He still looks very good in a suit. Very handsome man. Milo. So K-Max, here's the thing. I think you think that I'm like in love with Milo. He said something that was very nice, and I felt like the prettiest girl on the planet when he said it. And honestly, I was like on cloud nine. I was like, you can't say shit to me. Try me. I was bulletproof, right? Like, but I don't have like a crush on him. Like I don't look at him and think like he's like sexy. I don't right? Like I'm not like, oh yeah, he's very romantic. I am intrigued by him. He's a fascinating creature, I've got to say. But I don't look at him in a romantic way by any means. I don't want to have sex with him by any means. Mike Harlow, lean shape. He's a skinny legend. Mike Harlow is very skinny. Who's like just a normal dude in like normal shape that we all know of? Camelot gives me a weddy. He does it for all of us. You know? We just want someone to give us a firsthand story of trying to turn Milo straight. Here's the thing. He has made jokes about having HIV, and I don't know if that's true or not now. And so like I'm not. You guys are all listing athletes who are in like fucking incredible shape. Tom Brady, David Beckham. What are we doing here? No, I'm talking like a normal person. Okay, hold on. There were boys that were on stream with us during Chrissy's birthday stream and during Chrissy's 100,000 subscriber stream. Okay. Jack Black is fat, Lounge Zinger. Jack Black is fat. Vince Vaughn, I have not seen him recently. He's like, but I mean, from what I remember, he was like normal shape, like almost, I guess, borderline dad bod, kind of, maybe, last I remember. Alex Stein. Okay, he's like normal shape, I think, right? Like he's just like, he's super tall too. Or like Tim Pool. That's like I feel like pretty normal shape. Remember when Eliza Blue was like, that's why you're so shredded. Do you guys remember that? You're like, he's like, oh, I skateboard all the time. She's like, that's why you're so shredded. Don't get me wrong. It's not like skateboarding is a sedentary activity, right? Like you're moving around. You're like doing like, I don't remember that. I believe that was the episode when she and Shane Cashman were like, oh man, you can't tell. But they were like wiggling their chairs at each other in unison, like, It was right before all the explosion came out. The Eliza Blue situation is why I made up my joke that Tim Pool is the fat Andrew Tate. I love it. Need a clip. I would have to do some severe deep diving for that. But you know what? Because I know that clip, if I remember correctly, Chrissy posted it. But this was also like the beginning of 2023, right? So I don't remember. Let me say something. And then she gave Ian a foot job. That thread also was the most hilarious thing. Because remember, there was also a clip of her like, oh, Chongus hates it. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Let me see. Let me see what I might be able to figure out here. Chrissy Mayer, which also, why do people have such a hard time saying Chrissy Mayer? I like nothing irks me more than when I hear people say Chrissy Mar. Like, no, it's Mayer. Just put an O in between the Y and the R if you're struggling. It's not Mar. Bill Maher, he spells his name differently. Man, this is wild. Like just going through the different things that Chrissy was posting about Eliza Blue. It feels like I'm traveling back in time. I mean, I guess in a way it's sort of the case. But I mean, it was only 2 years ago. And it's like, wait. Fair and Balanced was on a lot of her streams back then. And there's Farron and Tree were on a stream with her. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a lot of searching on that. All right. What happened here? Let's see here. Tim Pool has a bodybuilder's bald head, at least. Yeah, he's off to a decent start, right? I really want to go back and find that freaking thread of all those clips. God, that was amazing. She was like I think she was trying to get Adam Krigler to pay for her flight somewhere or something crazy. Hello, Courtney. I'm having a good time and you seem happy. Thank you. Guys, would you rather have hair or a great body? For me, I'd rather have hair. Well, it depends on what you mean by great body, too. Farron lost it something what? And it sold her channel to some spam company? No way. Wow. Nick Arcata has a normal physique. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he would be considered more of like skinny, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Or like the original dad bod when Leonardo DiCaprio, like that's like I would say probably like rather like normal, like kind of average, you know. Nick Arcata, I would say would probably fits in with a kind of an average, like an average lean, um, you know. But all those body types, like all that really to say is like all those body types, I would say like they don't fall under the like, you know, unhealthily obese, right? They're not like fucking fat. Like even with what's his name again? Leonardo DiCaprio with that like dad bod look or whatever. Let's see if I can find it for you to give you like even that, like, yeah, I mean, I guess like in a way that can be kind of a little unattractive. Just like not the greatest, but it could like I would say that person could still be attractive. Um, you know, depending on other factors. Yeah, like so it's like, yeah, not the greatest. I mean, I dated a guy actually that was kind of borderline that. Um and you could not tell me that guy was ugly. Like I was very much attracted to the dude because I liked everything else about the relationship, right? So I I would just say, like, yeah, I super fat is gross. Um, Super skinny is just, like, not attractive, right? Like, if you're going to the extremes and stuff. And I would say, like, at that point, if a dude looked like that picture of, like, Leonardo DiCaprio, I would say, like, add a few more pounds, right? Like, just make it, like, because if I look at him, I think, like, "Okay, yeah, a couple months in the gym, we'll be, like, back at it, right? Yeah, maybe we'll stop eating 5 cupcakes every night," or whatever. Like, you could cut a few things out of the diet and, like, hit the gym a little bit, and we'll be back at it in no time. So if you were to add some poundage there where it's like, "Oh, this is gonna take, like, a while. This is gonna be a minute. There's, like, a lot of shit we have to change." That's not attractive only because the habits that go with it, right? Like, I wouldn't automatically be attracted to that guy because I would immediately assume, like, "Okay, I already like, with my body type, right? I already know, like, I'm a bit sedentary, like, I don't have, like, the best habits and all that stuff. I wouldn't wanna be spending my time" oh, I just spit everywhere. "I don't wanna be spending my time with somebody who has worse habits than that. I wanna be spending my time with somebody who has better habits than that, or at least has the motivation to have the better habits than that." And, like, once you get to a certain size, like, it is that motivation really just depletes. It's very rare that you find somebody who actually has the motivation to lose the weight. Um, there is a guy on Twitter, I think his name is Dan something. His stuff shows up in my feed every once in a while. He and his wife both used to be rather overweight, and they both have lost a shit ton of weight, and they both look incredible. And now she's pregnant, and it's so cute. But like they both had the motivation to lose the weight. And so like that's where like the difference between being attractive and being unattractive are is like where do you have the motivation? Do you have the desire um to live like a healthier lifestyle? Because laying around and gorging on junk food all the time just isn't healthy. And here's the thing, I will find an excuse to be able to do that every once in a while, right? Because like sometimes it feels healthy. Sometimes it is a little healthy to do that. But like I said, keyword is sometimes. Okay. And sometimes doesn't mean every fucking day. Sometimes doesn't mean, well, 5 hours have passed. So a man who wishes to eat more pie or cake than Courtney does. What kind of pie or cake? Because depending on what we're talking about, there are men out there that definitely always want to eat more pie or cake than I do. Anyway, motivation is sexy. Yes. I've been confident enough to approach hotties like Courtney with my dad bod. And confidence is a big thing too. Um, one of my problems was always a severe lack of confidence for a very long time. Like I just did not feel comfortable with myself at all, no matter how pretty I made myself look. Like there was actually here. Let's pull it up. Where did I put it? Because I definitely sent it to Keanu, so maybe I'll just dig that up. Why did I send it to Keanu? Well, we actually went over these pictures one night. Uh, yeah, I'll just do that. Uh, well, I don't like that. I don't like that you can like kind of see my other DMs. Copy to clipboard. Okay, cool. Okay, yep. We're just what a goof. Oh, your girl is just a goof. There we go. Yeah, well, I guess I get huh? Wait, hold on. What now? Well, that was dumb. This is so fun, you guys. We're having the best time. Dee, 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 dee. was trying to figure out where I would have put these things. Perhaps in here. Oh, God. I'll never find it in there. Did I put it in here? This is so much fun for you guys. I just know it. Ha! There we go. I knew I would figure it out at some point. So this picture right here. So as you can see, my butt looked really nice. My legs were super buff. I remember when I took that picture, I was like, this is crazy because I wasn't flexing my arm. I wasn't flexing my arm at all. And it was just by raising my arm up, that muscle stuck out like that. Because I was more worried about my posture. I didn't want to be too slouchy. So I was really focused more on like this general area, making sure like, okay, but this girl right here had zero confidence. Believe it or not. I had no confidence at all. I did not feel good about myself. I feel way better about myself now than I did back then. But I would like to get back into that shape. So, you know what that means? Honestly, I didn't change my eating habits really during that time. I essentially I was exercising every day, but like because I was exercising every day, I really wasn't craving as many like that. Like I wasn't craving like a lot of bad foods. I was drinking still. Like that picture, I was getting ready to go out and drink really heavily. Um, but yes. So that girl lacked a lot of confidence and was like a lot of guys really didn't much care to pursue anything. Like I would get approached and then immediately like, because I just wasn't confident. I was very insecure. Also, I have to sexy calves. Thank you. I have to point something out about that, and I really apologize. One of my calves is missing now. Wait, put the pic back up. I didn't screenshot it. Oh my god. You know what? We'll just do it. There you go. I won't even bother you with myself. I'll just let you screenshot it just like that. Okay? All right. Let me know when. But yeah, my let's see here, sorry. Part of this calf muscle is missing now. But man, yeah, my calves were fucking awesome. But that's all right. Whoops. Living for the fringe. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? Actually, it's funny because I was trying to explain my forehead is rather big and kind of wrinkly, and I probably need to have some type of bangage going on, you know? But anyway, so on that note, I didn't really have like I didn't have like a super strict habits, right? I was just exercising on a regular basis, really was it. And like I ate whatever I was craving and like I said, I still was like drinking quite a bit. So it can't be that hard. I mean, I'm 12 years older now, so that might be an issue. What happened to her calf muscle? I lost it in a dance off. Oh my god, it's so funny. Actually, okay, here's the thing. Let me ruin your idea of me for a moment. I just want to mess this up for you guys a little bit because um so that was me, that picture that I already showed you guys, that was me when I was 27. This is me when I was 19 19, 17, 19, something like that. Yeah, there she is. Screenshot that one too, Chanesque. Anyway, so what had happened was I I was working at one job and I was offered a job at another place that my friend was working at. I had not started working there yet. This was in December of 2017. And um feminist phase? No, actually my feminist phase was the first picture. This right here was my feminist phase. I was a feminist at this point in time. And by feminist, I mean, like, I don't know, I just wanted to, be an independent woman or whatever. Like, I wanted to make my own money and, like, pursue creative projects and career shit and stuff. Like, it wasn't really like, I hate men. I still very much enjoyed men. So, I also was just, a little bit, I was just, like, fat and ugly too on accident, not on purpose. Now, what was I saying? Okay, so I was offered a job at a different company. My friend was working there. This was in December. And so their Christmas party occurred before I started working there. Um, but my friend was working there, and so she was like, "Do you want to be my plus one?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And it was free open. It was open bar. So I got fucking hammered, and I was not driving, so I got fucking hammered. And then the guy who was, going to be my boss in a couple of weeks was like, "Hey, come to the after party." And I was like, "Okay." And, I did meet a few people at the Christmas party, but not everyone. So we we get to the after party, and by the way, 3 additional people joined us in the car on the way to the after party. Um, and the whole way there, we blasted MMMBop, um, and everybody was screaming it at the top of their lungs. Funny enough, the dude who was sitting bitch in the back seat, he and I completely forgot that we were in the car together. And it wasn't until somebody started joking about like that party or whatever and me being at it. And I was like, I said something like, "Oh yeah," and we were like listening to MMMBop on the way to the after party, and he was like, "So were we." And I was like, "Hold on, what?" And then I pulled up the Snapchat that was posted, and I was like, "You were in the car with us?" He's like, "That's me right there." I was like, "Oh my god." We both were like, "What the fuck?" It was so funny. But so we pull up. All right, we get there. I open the door, and I see this dude. I can't remember what fucking song it was, but it was like a '90s hip hop song was playing. It might have actually been like "Push It" by Salt and Peppa or something, but I can't remember. I just can't remember what it was. But I was like, "This is my jam!" And I went up behind the guy and just started grinding up against him. Had no idea who he was. Turns out he was going to be one of my future coworkers. So we were like dancing the night away, having a good old time because the DJ was just playing banger after banger. And then he was like, "I bet you I could beat you in a dance off." And I was like, "Okay, please." So we had a dance off to NSYNC's "Tearing Up My Heart." I won, okay? And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this little victory dance move that was like" what's it called? It's in, break dancing when feel like somebody told me it was like top rocking or whatever, but that sounds really stupid. But I was doing this move. Here I was hammered, and I was wearing flats for, like, the first time in a really long time, which is not good. You don't wanna do any sudden moves if you've been wearing high heels a lot, and then especially when you're on your feet all day wearing heels a lot, and then you try to do a this, like, break dancing move, And then as I was doing it, I landed on my foot and just went, I can't move. And I couldn't do like this motion, like the heel toe. I had to walk like this. So I was stuck wearing heels all day, every day. I had to wear heels. Even getting out of the shower, I had to wear high heels. So, so I'm walking around the house wearing in my bathrobe and high heels like I'm fucking Mariah Carey or some shit. So good. And that is how I lost part of my calf muscle. Um, Goodnight Mister said that he wanted more pictures. So here you go. Look how fat and ugly I was. See, I told you guys I was oh, I'm trying to well, I guess that's better. I don't really know. Look at that. There we go. Look at that chubby. I thought I was like Avril Lavigne or something. Yeah, look at that. Why did my friend take that picture? Is that a college dorm? No, that's my friend's rec room. I was at my friend's house. They had like they had one of those split levels when you walk in the door, you could either go upstairs or downstairs. Um and so like downstairs, um most of the downstairs was like converted into a daycare and there was this one little like rec room area where we would go and like watch TV so that her dad could still watch TV upstairs. Here's me in a wig. Consider fat if you can't get up and move on your own accord. Well, I never had that experience, okay? Okay, guys, here okay, are you ready? Here's a picture of me in a bikini, all right? Just here we go. This actually, I'm gonna have to go and say, this is my favorite picture that has ever been taken of me ever. Like this, I hands down, I'm so glad. My friend, is that Joey in the background? My friend Joey, he used to live like, I don't know, it would take me like, I don't know, 5 or so minutes to walk to his house. And he would have slip and slide parties over the summer. Oh, we would have so much fun. And one person came and we were like, because we had so much fun the first time. And the second time around, this person, she was a professional photographer. She was like, I am taking pictures. I need pictures of people eating shit. And she sat there at the end of the slip and slide and then we also had people judging it. We had like we made all these cardboard cutouts of different numbers and we had people holding up signs. Oh, we had so much fun. That should be your Tinder profile right to the point. Actually, when I was using dating apps, that was actually one of the pictures I would use on my profile. Uh-oh. What did Russell Hall say? Oh, Russell. She's a squirter. That typical. Classic. I like you as a blonde, though, more than brunette. Well, thank you, because this is far closer to my natural color. Although, what about this blonde? Oh God, this picture is terrible. This is real bad. Hey. So I used to have a problem where I'd curl my hair and I didn't know what products to use. So if I brushed them out, like they would just fall out. The curls would just fall out. And so I would I just wouldn't brush them out because I thought that they would last longer. Look at that platinum hair though. Whoa, look how fat. Oh, what a chonka. Chonka. That dress is like not doing me any favors though. Let's be real. That dress was not meant for me. Okay. So it's been like an hour since I was about to talk about this. I mean, this wasn't even like I didn't plan anything out anyway. You had that tattoo all the way back then? Yeah, I got it when I was like 24. And that picture, I was 26. Um, okay, it's getting warm. Now, Penelope was passed the hell out. Just as soon as I walked in, she's like, "No, baby." Now, what I wanted to talk about was okay. So her name was Lucille Lacavelli. This shit is wild. Okay, so she was in 1997. She was 47 years old, and she decided to get a little nip tuck going on, and I think it started with a nose job, and she felt like she was having complications after the surgery, but she also wanted to get like a little facelift as well, and so she contacted the same doctor. And even though she felt like she was having complications, and she contacted the doctor and was like, "I'm having complications," they're like, "No, you're fine. You should be fine." Um, and she felt like ignored. She still went to the same surgeon anyway. And again, was like, "I'm having complications from this." She was like saying that she couldn't breathe, that she like all of the muscles were under her fat and everything were like completely altered. Um, but she went back to get like corrective surgeries. And then also after that, she was like again complaining to the surgeon. She's like, "Dude, you fucked this up. Like I can't breathe properly. I have to go like this in order to breathe. So I can't even go out and like trim my hedges or like do any gardening or anything like that." She was like, she had this little headband situation where like she would clip her skin back and then like use these like strip of fabric to wrapped around her head to like pull it up. And um she was saying like my life is not quality of life is no longer a thing anymore. And like at one point she was even saying that what the doctor did to her was super barbaric. But she went to other doctors to get second opinions, and none of the doctors could see anything that was wrong. She was like, they were like, "No, nothing, nothing's wrong." And she tried to sue the doctor. The doctor then sued her because she had all this stuff up on the internet and it was like ruining his business. And unfortunately, she ended up ending her life before anything went through, really. But I was thinking about this whole situation and I thought like, okay, doctors are humans, okay? And so like there can be complications that happen. Like you can get kind of messed up if you get plastic surgery or any type of surgery. Um And I also was thinking, like, when she was going to other doctors to get another opinion, I just thought, like, is there something here that maybe doctors don't know yet? Like, doing all this research on surgeries and all this stuff, like, is there something here that, like, that just hasn't been discovered? But then I thought, like, this is really bizarre if you think about it, because, like, why would your muscles suddenly just get, like, completely destroyed? And why would you have to, like, do all this weird shit just to be able to breathe properly? And she was saying that she couldn't swallow, but, like, every time she said that she couldn't do something, she also had video footage of her doing it. So that was weird. And then, of course, later the sister comes out and was like, well, yeah, she said she was undiagnosed. So already, like, what? But undiagnosed schizophrenic and bipolar. I'm like, well, are you a doctor? Like, how would you know? What I'm thinking, though, that might have happened here, because I mean, this is the only time I've ever heard of anything like this happening after these types of surgeries. So, like, it doesn't sound like this is something that actually happened to her, right? Um, I I think that something happened with the surgery that, like, messed with her brain. I don't know if it would be like the drugs that the anesthesia, or something weird with like the trauma of surgery that, like, fucked her up. Because if you imagine, like, so you go under anesthesia, you're not alert to see what's happening to your body. And then the drugs that right there could mess with the chemistry of your brain. And then you go home to heal. Your body is healing, and you're taking medications again that can really mess up the chemistry of your brain. And you can start getting weird thoughts depending on, like, if is somebody around, like, as you're thinking, like, whoa, what if something weird happened to me and all this stuff. Like, I I I don't I'd like to believe that this doctor didn't do this to her, like, that because again, like, she went to more than one doctor to try to get another opinion, and all of them were like, "What? No." So, I mean, I would stop going to plastic surgeons and just go to, like, a general practitioner or something and say, like, "Hey, I'm having these issues, whatever." Um, but I don't know. I feel like her brain was not equipped for all of that. I think that the healing that she went through, I think that messed her up a little bit. And it's so funny because, like, people do talk about certain things that we wouldn't think are traumatic, and then you think about it and you're like, huh, is it traumatic? Like, I was talking to somebody who, I mean, she didn't give, like, a bunch of details, but she essentially mentioned, like, there was a person that she knew that experienced trauma from giving birth. And I just don't even think about that being a traumatic experience, really, because, like, your body's meant to give birth. There are certain things that can be considered uncomfortable, but you're prepared for it because that's, we all know what your body's supposed to do, and, like, where the baby comes from and all that. Um, I lowered my chair yesterday. Um, So I wouldn't even think, like, oh, there's something that this could be traumatic. Something can happen that would be traumatic. But for this particular person, like, her births were actually traumatic for her, which is crazy. It didn't even cross my mind. Or to think, like, if I'm knocked out for surgery, I've gone through surgeries before. I broke my arm and had to have the bone reset. My appendix ruptured and I had to have emergency surgery on that. Like, so there's that. Like, I don't remember there being any trauma. Like, I wouldn't say, like, I have trauma from that. There were weird things, like when they said that they thought I died both times, but I don't know if that was necessarily trauma. And so, I had a lot of trauma over stupid imagined things. I get it. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like she just really wasn't equipped for a surgery in general. So I think that there was something that like was traumatic for her in that experience and being vulnerable in the hospital after a surgery. I think she just I think it kind of messed with her a little bit. And then you combine that with the drugs, like the pain medications and all of that. Like I just feel like maybe it really messed with her brain a lot, and she was under the impression that like worse things had happened to her than really did. Um, which is really upsetting. And the fact that like she could be able to like she had enough skin to like pull up and like do all that with so that she could breathe. I almost feel like maybe the doctor really wasn't that good at doing a facelift. Um but and that's another thing too is like cuz she said that she woke up from her I think it was her third surgery. Um And that was when she said that she was, like, in a bunch of pain and her tongue was so swollen that she couldn't breathe. I wonder if she had an allergic reaction to, uh, something that was used either for pain or for putting her, for knocking her out, and it caused an allergic reaction, and then that scared her and then caused, like, a whole snowball effect. Courtney, are you the one, that first told me about the chick getting charged with cyber frauding in the UK? I did mention that a while back. Um, she was harassing. Oh yeah, we should revisit that actually. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this chat. You guys are insane. 7:10 p.m. tonight, Chody birthday stream. Ooh, so that's a couple hours from now, yeah? That's like 2 hours away. Check out the case of Phineas Gage. His personality changed after getting a railroad spike through his brain. Whoa. You know what's okay? This actually like really bothers me. There was I saw this case, his name's Phineas Gage. I have to look into that. I saw this case where a dude had really bad OCD and it was to the point where like he couldn't handle it at all. It was so bad and it was just like taking over his life. So he shot himself in the brain. It didn't kill him. Instead, though, somehow he managed to find the spot of his brain that was causing the OCD, and it went away. He stopped it took away the OCD. What bothers me about this is that no one saw this and thought, okay, let's study these parts of the brain. Like after somebody dies, and they've been diagnosed with what have you, whether it's OCD, autism, ADHD, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at these different parts of the brain and see how they're different from somebody who has well, not a healthy brain, but like somebody who didn't have those diagnoses and see if there's something that we can do. Maybe we can practice figuring out how to do like a brain surgery of sorts where you can just do like, I don't know, like a laser treatment, like to, uh, I don't know, what's the word, like cauterize or something, that part of the brain that's causing these things so this person can live a normal life. Like a modern lobotomy? Yeah, because I mean, kind of, yeah, because like essentially right now, brain surgery is a thing. You can perform brain surgery, and if you know what part of the brain is affected and causes certain things, why not perform a surgery that could fix it? That would just change that part. Like we have to be able to study. I mean, granted, like right now, which I find this to be bizarre because again, you can perform brain surgery, right? So why wouldn't you be able to, um, like get a camera into the brain and find out if somebody has CTE? Also, because like right now, you can't find out if somebody has CTE unless you cut their brain in half. But isn't there not a way that you could have that you could kind of like figure that out? No, maybe not. My amygdala is enlarged to shit, and you should be able to have somebody laser part of that down to stop it from getting big. I mean, people get their nerves cauterized to stop chronic pain, so I wonder if it could work. I mean, I would definitely not want to test that on a living being. I feel like that would be really barbaric, like really like inhumane. Uh, but I just feel like you could at the very least take a person who has a dead brain. Yeah, if a person who's dead, and if you can like look at their brain and see the different, like how their brain is different from a brain that like how another brain that functions differently, whether it's neurotypical or what have you. Because like I guarantee you, there are so many other people who have that same issue, whether if they're struggling with OCD or something like bipolar or schizophrenia or whatever. Like if you could just put like a little laser just in there instead of this guy with a fucking bullet, uh they could live a long and healthy life and not have that struggle anymore, you know? Dr. Courtney von Frankenstein. But see, I mean, I wouldn't really epilepsy. Oh, absolutely. Epilepsy is crippling to some people. Epilepsy is like, I mean, shit, that can kill you. If you have if you could get something done in your brain that shuts that part down so you can just have a normal life. Also, like there's other things too that people struggle with that we don't really know about. Like what's it called? The one where you just like randomly have orgasms? Wouldn't imagine like you can't even live a life, you can't even have a job, you can't do anything, you just are stuck. Like how do you just live, how do you just have a life? Like wouldn't it be nice to have that part of your brain like turned off so that you can, or at least like turned down to medium or something, so that like, can I only have orgasms like when I want to instead of like all the time, please, thank you. Or there's people who can't eat bread or any type of carbs. They have to be really careful about what they eat because it ferments in their system and then they get drunk. There's a guy that has that condition. It's fucking hilarious when he has an orgasm. There are actually like there are more people than we know of that have that condition. And like, they can't just have a job. They can't just live a life. Oh no, Carrie, when I was a kid, my neurologist told my parents she would be a vegetable when looking at my EEGs. That's terrible. And see, that's another thing that goes back to like, how much do doctors really know? Like doctors are just human beings and we treat them like they're God tier, right? Oh my God, the doctor knows, right? Yeah, there are certain things like you would want to like listen to your doctor or trust your doctor. They probably know a little bit more, depending on the situation. But like something like that, like what? Okay, well, I don't think Carrie's a vegetable, so there's that. Right? Like, wait, how did you get how did you come to that conclusion? And also, I'm just going to tell you right now, do you want to know how many times I've been misdiagnosed in my life? Like half the time I've gone to doctors for diagnoses, which isn't a lot, to be honest, but still, like no, it's like finally going away. Actually, you want to hear something kind of cute? So my psoriasis is like out of fucking hand right now. Like my whole abdomen is just disgusting. Well, I had a little dry patch on my arm here. Yeah, you really can't see it very well, but that it was like kind of bad a couple of days ago, and I kept putting stuff on it. And then was it last night or was it the night before? It might have been the night before. Chungus licked it and it started going away. It was like really bad. It was like very red and inflamed and like just scaly. And then I was like putting coconut oil on it and all this stuff trying to like get it to go away. And then Chongus gave it a kiss and it started going away. My healing puppy kisses. That's you. And like, that's why you can't really see it. My baby. Chongus is magic. I know. You know what's crazy is like so I used to have these dry skin patches like very sporadically. This is the worst I've ever had it ever. And like the only reason why I even looked into what was going on was because there were more of them and they weren't going away. Because like the first one I noticed was actually on the Valentine's Day stream on Zia's channel. I was like, oh, when I went and sat down, I was like, oh God, I look kind of like diseased. Gross. And I thought it was going to go away by like, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, and it didn't. And I was like, what is wrong with my body? Well, I was noticing like little dry patches like this when I was like 16. So we're talking, what was that, 23 years ago? And I had a cyst in my wrist also. And so like that was really why I wanted to go to the doctor, was because I was like, this hurts. Sometimes when I tilt my hand like this, it starts shaking because it's pushing on different nerves and stuff. Like I want to figure out what to do with this. The doctor was also wrong about the treatment because he wanted me to go to a radiologist for this cyst to get it drained. And he's like, it'll probably come back, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, how do I keep it from coming back? He had no answer. Well, you want to know what I did? I was playing volleyball with my friends and I went to go hit the ball, and the ball, like, I was a little off. And so it snapped my hand back really far, and it like squeezed the cyst down and it never came back. There we go. But he was just like, "Oh, you're probably allergic. Is this sweater you're wearing new?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, well, you're probably just allergic to the fabric in the sweater. Just put some Eucerin on it, whatever." And that's not. I mean, here I was like trying to be careful of different fabrics I was wearing. I stopped using scented laundry detergent, like all this stuff, and kept getting like random. I just kept thinking like, my skin's dry and itchy. Then eventually I thought maybe I get like eczema or something. I don't really know. And it was all just so mild. I didn't really think about it. I just thought like my skin's dry and itchy. There's this one patch that's a little bit red and kind of scaly. It was very mild. And then this time around though, it's been really bad. How are your stress levels? Well, I've been clenching my jaw so much that my teeth hurt really bad. My jaw hurts a lot. Also, I was reading into it, and apparently, fat in red meat can cause psoriasis flare-ups, and like that's all I eat is red meat. So I'm like, am I supposed to stop eating red meat because I need red meat in order to have like boost my energy levels? So I don't know what to do. Oh, psoriasis. You poor girl. I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds especially maddening if you're trying to sleep. Chungus for the win. It's still like not that bad. And I'm just so used to being like mildly uncomfortable from itchy skin and stuff that like I don't really it's like it's not too bad. I mean, every once in a while it'll get really bad. I have a couple of scars actually from scratching so hard certain times. So there's that. Courtney, how'd you get to know Keanu? I was basically just like a chat rat with like Chrissy on Chrissy's channel, and then Keanu started her channel. It was kind of the same thing, just a chat rat. And then they decided I was cool enough to hang out with them and be part of the gang. Oh, the only thing that really helped my psoriasis was moving to a low humidity climate. Interesting. Interesting. I Well, I guess moving to Florida is not going to be the thing to do. It's just so weird because I've lived here for 39 years, and this is the first time just a couple weeks ago that I had a flare up that's like disgusting. I'm like, I am gross. I look like a diseased, gross, ew. Ew. So, and it's so funny because I was looking for different treatments and stuff, and I saw this thing that was like Kim Kardashian said on a podcast that she uses Saran wrap to treat her psoriasis, and I was like, interesting. So I did that. I smothered myself in coconut oil and put some Saran wrap on. I felt like I felt like I was rubbing sandpaper all over my body. And I was like, just stick with it, stick with it. It'll go away. It'll go away, I swear. And like a half hour later, I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I just took it off. I couldn't do it. So Saran wrap did not work for me. Just it was the Itchy and Scratchy show. But like the ones like up here that like first started, they're starting to go away now. It's just now the ones that started sprouting up my lower abdomen area. Yeah, it's not fun. People don't get how funny Chrissy is. Chrissy is fucking hilarious. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like she is really, really funny. Is it like normally presents for you, or is it like little circles all over? You might have a mild upper respiratory infection. Well, what's you know interesting you say that. Whoa, here's your brief because I was sick for like a couple of days. Like what was it? I was fine on Monday. I started feeling crappy like Tuesday. And I was feeling better by Friday, right? So it was like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I wasn't feeling like my best. And when was that? I think it must have been like the first week of February, I think, something like that. And I actually like when my appendix ruptured back in 2000, I did develop a lung infection, and I was not warned that will, no matter what, it'll like develop scar tissue on your lungs. Just kind of depends on like how bad was the lung infection, like how long, how bad is the scarring going to be, but you're going to get scar tissue on your lungs, which makes me more susceptible to like respiratory infections. Like, and so like, of course, when COVID was first a thing, I was like, oh God, am I going to die? No. But it made like anytime I would get like a cold of sorts, it definitely made the coughing part bad. Like it just always, anytime it would be in the lung, it would just like I remember I wasn't even sick. Like I had been sick probably like 2-3 months prior to this moment. And I just felt like I needed to cough. And when I went to go cough, I coughed on my hand. I was like, and like a big old, basically like a freaking ball of phlegm, like a big old like booger, just a freaking loogie on my hand. And I was like, I was like, God, 15, sitting in class. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And nobody noticed. So I'm like, like, I don't know what else to do. Because that teacher wasn't about to let me just like hurry up and get up and go wash my hands or anything. So I'm like, had to add this super chat before I go. You're leaving. Okay, Max with the $5. Of the following date activities, a guy might suggest rank in order, Courtney. Bowling, miniature golf, playing a board or a video game. I'm terrible at mini golf. Like I am so bad at mini golf. I think we both would end up having the worst time ever. So that would have to be the worst for me just because I'm so bad at it. Bowling is probably going to be the most fun. board games would be fun depending on what the board game is and like how many people are there and all that stuff. But or like playing a video game, I think again kind of depends on like what the game is. But um yeah, unfortunately, I'm just so bad at mini golf. It would just test the patience of the dude and be like, I don't want to just let me just play for you, you fucking idiot. So um uh let's see. There might be this form of it that happens when you get sick called what is it? Guttate psoriasis. That's slightly different to typical psoriasis and it affects the whole body instead of a person's usual areas. What? MA is like helping me. Because I'm telling you, it was like as soon I was coughing for like 2-3 days to the point where Chunga, my little Chunga bagel, yes, you Chungus, um, wouldn't she? I didn't see her for like 3 days. She thought I was barking at her. Okay, let's take a look at this, you guys. What? Why the fuck do people play mini golf for a first date? I mean, if you are good at it, it's probably fun. I just am not good at it. I'm so bad at it. Dude, check this out. Okay. However you pronounce this, what is it? Guttate psoriasis is a type of psoriasis characterized by small drop-shaped red scaly lesions on the skin. It is a common form of psoriasis, particularly in young adults and children. Uh, Guttate psoriasis is typically triggered by a streptococcal infection, such as strep throat. Other potential triggers include viral infections, stress, and certain medications. They say certain medications. Why aren't you telling me what it is? Yeah, see, and this is basically what it is. Small drop shape lesions may be red, pink, or silvery. Scaliness, itching, lesions may appear on the trunk, arms, leg, and scalp. Guttate psoriasis is usually diagnosed based on its appearance and history. A doctor may also perform a skin biopsy to confirm the diagnosis. Okay, let's see. Your treatment for guttate psoriasis may involve topical medications such as corticosteroids, creams, coal tar shampoos, and vitamin D analogs. What's a vitamin D analog? In most severe cases, systemic medications such as oral retinoids, phototherapy, which I mean that might explain. Well, okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm retarded, but like I feel like I never really noticed anything like this during the summertime, like when I'm out like laying in the sun a lot. Guttate psoriasis is different from chronic plaque psoriasis, which is another common form. I feel like this might be it, which is also crazy because I'm thinking about it now. And like when I went to the doctor and I told him about that, like I feel like I had just also been sick. Um like I had like a cold of sorts. So it's interesting. Oh, some dermatologists prescribe going to a specific type of tanning bed. It's kind of cool. Interesting. Okay. Well, then that does actually explain because I'm thinking about it now. And granted, it's never been this bad before. This is the worst I've ever seen it. And I don't really get sick a lot either. The last time I got rather sick was 2016. Was like the last time I remember getting like really, really sick. Um, because even like, when I recently, got sick, it was just again like 3 days of me kind of feeling like, am I going to get a cold? Like it really wasn't like a full blown anything. Um, but I also think like I was able to rest and like I just was slamming a bunch of water and I was able to rest a lot. And so I think maybe that kind of kept me from getting like too terribly sick. Um, Yeah, I'm trying to like think back on any time I've been like I've had like a really bad cold or anything. Um, and I think because it takes a minute for it to show up, I don't really remember it being aligned. And anytime I've ever had these these dry patches on my skin, it just was never this much. Like they when I first noticed one on my boob, I was like, "Oh, that's annoying." And I remember it being like I kind of was like, "Oh, I remember this," or whatever. Like it just seemed like kind of recognizable, but I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, sometimes there's like a small dry patch of skin on my body somewhere. I wish I wasn't so self-conscious because I would show you the one. Like I have one like down here that's like super noticeable. Maybe. I just don't. I'm like really self-conscious about my body right now. Oh no. I had a really bad case of it when I was 19 or 20 and still have scars from it. It was honestly one of the most painful times of my life, both physically and emotionally. Yikes. Especially at 19 or 20. That is like, that's shitty. I don't know if I would be able to handle that like 19 or 20. But again, like thankfully it's not that uncomfortable. It just seems like there's so much more of it than there usually is. Like having the one on my arm. Yeah, you really can't tell that it's there. Have you ever tried topical lidocaine on a patch? I have this, but I use it for like back pain. Oops, hold on. So I have this. But I thought it was for muscle pain. I didn't know it was for like skin issues. I wonder if you got it from unsanitary acupuncture needles. That would be absolutely insane. Um, I couldn't imagine my acupuncturist like using unsanitary needles. That would be fucking wild. Um, but I don't know if it's something that it's like like you can give to someone. Because it sounds like it develops if you have like a different condition. Like I don't think it doesn't see I don't know if you can get it from like I don't think you can like what's the word? I don't think it's contagious because it says guttate psoriasis is a distinct variant of psoriasis that is classically triggered by streptococcal infection and is more common in children and adolescents and adults. Patients present with small drop-like lesions. So it looks like it's something that you get if you get a respiratory infection. And I got a respiratory had a respiratory infection after my appendix ruptured. And ever since then, yeah, I've had like weird things with my lungs. And like that, it was like probably a year-ish after my surgery that I started noticing that my skin was like had dry patches on it every once in a while. I just didn't know. It was very mild. It was never like urgent. This is the first time that like I said this 100 million times. But this is the first time I actually noticed it as being like concerning. Whereas before it just was like sometimes my skin's itchy. Psoriasis is essentially your immune system attacking your skin as though your skin was invading bacteria. Thanks a lot, immune system. It's not from strep bacteria. It's the immune system going into overdrive. Hydrocortisone, that's what I need. Just put some good old-fashioned hydrocortisone on it. Well, I'm glad we figured this out. This is like actually making a lot of sense because yeah, I was just trying to I'm like, I don't understand. This seems like out of nowhere. But the more I think about it, I'm like, maybe it wasn't out of nowhere. Maybe I've always had like a something. Okay, I have to save that tab. But also, I have to figure out how to raid on a live stream because I believe, excuse you, God, shut up, get out of here, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Yes, thank you. I have to figure out how to raid. I think I have enough subscriptions now. Let's see here. This feature is available to creators sending a redirect that have more than 1,000 subscribers. Nuh-uh. You are not serious. That's so fucking irritating. For the longest time, it was like 600 subscribers. I swear to you, it said 600 subscribers like every time I would look at it. And so I was like, okay, when I get to 600, I'm good. The first live stream that I do, I'm going to look and see if I can raid somebody. Because I remember one time, like during a live stream, Goodnight Mister was like, oh, let's try and raid whoever. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't think I can do that because I'm pretty sure you have to have a certain amount of subscribers. And I looked it up and I checked it and I was like, yeah, I don't have enough subscribers yet. But I could have sworn it said 600. It's just so stupid. Like, there are 20 people here. If I'm going to go watch another live stream, or if I'm going to end my live stream and I want to go watch another live stream, like, why can't I just like redirect all of them there instead of putting in a link? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so stupid. Like, very irritating. Well, only 397 subscribers to go. I know I need to work a little bit harder at that. I just it's very difficult to do your own. I don't like watching myself. Like, I have a few that I was like in the middle of working on, and then I'm just like, I just fucking can't do this anymore. Oh well. Hello, Vice. Wow. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Vice baby. Hello. Wait, what's this redirect convo? Jumped in at the end of it. I can't do redirect. I can't raid anybody because I don't have enough subscribers. And it used to say you had to have 600 subscribers. Like, I looked it up multiple times and I could swear to you it said 600 subscribers. And so I was like, okay, that's what we're going to do. The second I get to 600, I'm going to raid somebody. And then I was even thinking, because Saw was saying that Camelot's birthday stream starts in 2 hours. And I thought, well, we're a bunch of nut jobs. We're probably going to last another 2 hours anyway. Let's raid Cody. That'll be so much fun. And now it's like you have to have 1,000 subscribers. Oh, this is sweet. You'll get there soon. I believe in you. Well, thank you. Yes, soon enough. I just have to put in a little more effort. I just sometimes I just go through weird phases. Anyway, so it'll happen when it happens. You know, whatever or something. I recently got my premium back. Holy shit, the 2 months without premium was torture. The adverts are just crypto scams at this point. I'm telling you, when I had to cancel premium almost a year ago, one of these days I will have premium again. It is like, it's not fun. It's just like the ads are rough. It's also, it just seems like the algorithm itself is lame, but like you can't even just scroll through looking for something to watch without it just being like ad, and like, and then so you're sifting through that, and then also suggestions for things that you don't really feel like watching, and then you really, for me, there are times where I'm like, I don't even want to use this anymore. And maybe I'll just do something else, I think. I don't know, because this is not fun. I don't like this anymore. Yeah, premium was way better because you don't have to deal with, that's the thing that like really is frustrating, is because there's ads like in your feed and on the videos. One or the other, babe. Okay? Like you have ad. And then I finally found a video I want to watch. Okay? Okay, I'm bombarded with ads again. Okay, fine. Now I'm bombarded with a bunch of ads all throughout the video and at the end. Like, all right. Oh my God. Why? It's too much. It's too much. I need some reduction in the ad situation. So that's why people use ad blockers, YouTube, is because you're freaking nut jobs with it. The fact that you can't have it playing in the background while you're doing something else is the worst part for me. Well, okay, that's the weird thing. I don't have that problem. Like, do you mean you can't like lock your screen? Like if you have it playing on your phone, you can't lock your screen? Because for me, I'm always watching stuff and I have it like picture in picture. I'm always dinking around on my phone with like something on YouTube playing in the background. So that might be a settings situation. But what's really funny actually is I remember when I first started using premium, I was watching someone's video and I saw somebody in the comments saying like, "Have you noticed?" It was a Bailey Syrian. She has like bajillions of subscribers. Like, have you noticed that like you can actually like there's like picture in picture on a lot more of her videos lately? And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I never had that issue with her stuff. Now, granted, I was not like a YouTube user, a really like a full blown YouTube user until like 2022-ish. Because even in 2020, like I would look up certain videos. She was actually, Bailey Sears was one of the first people I would search for because I would be scrolling through like Facebook and someone would play a clip of her stuff and I was like, I want to watch this whole thing. This is so cool. So I finally, after watching like a couple of those, I went and looked her up on YouTube and found her on YouTube. And I would just like watch the video and then, okay, that's done. And then just go on to another thing. And so I didn't even try like just like reducing it and, going off and doing other shit until, until like way later in life, like a year or so later. Cause I didn't even care about like watching YouTube videos all the time. And at that point, also, I had no idea why people were doing all of that because I didn't know that I didn't know that people got paid to do YouTube. I think I like kind of knew or something, but I didn't realize like, oh, this is like a whole thing. I just thought like, I don't know. I didn't know it was a career. I didn't know what super chats were. It's crazy where we're at now because here I am in 2025 and I'm doing all this. Check this. You know what? Something. Here I am in 2025. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. Super chat. Super chat. Give me all your money. 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 I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money.
I wish somebody were funding me. I'm poor.
On the iPhone app, it pauses if you don't have premium. If you have to go into your phone browser in order to use picture in picture, and it's just extra annoying. And people have like cults surrounding the iPhone. And this is the slop that you're dealing with. My phone. Oh. This thing. Look at that. Look at Bootsy. This thing is 5 years old. Yeah, this thing is 5 years old. Okay. It's a piece of shit. It for 6 months, it's been telling me that there's moisture in the charging port, and there isn't. Okay. Piece of garbage. And since I've had this thing, I have not had an issue with YouTube picture in picture stuff. I think there were like, I think Kathleen Madigan. I was watching stuff on her channel and I couldn't do picture in picture, but I probably can now. I just haven't tried. That's insane. But that's the superior product. You can't even use picture in picture on YouTube. And I thought that Rumble was an unusable product. Whew. There's moisture in your charging port is how a nerdy girl flirts. Wait, hold on. I'm ditching the iPhone because they deleted the 80 gigs of music I ripped from CDs. Whoa. I'm telling you. I keep hearing all this crap about iPhones, and I'm like, I don't understand why everybody seems to think that that's like a better product. Here I was. So when I've got my first smartphone, it was a Droid, and iPhones were exclusive to AT&T, and their data plans were like double the price of a Droid at like Verizon or whatever, right? So I went to Verizon and I got a Droid because I was like, I'm not paying double the price for also a smartphone. That sounds weird. And so many people right away were like, Droids are just like expensive paperweights. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I can do everything on this phone that you can. What? And I almost switched to iPhone because people were insisting that the camera quality was so much better. It turns out you have to like actually, you have to like, whoops, sorry. You have to like finesse it. Yeah, you got to know what you're working with and like dink around with it, and then it ends up being a lot better. So I was talking to the girl at Verizon about that. And I was like, well, someone said the camera quality is better, blah, blah, blah. She's like, fucking no. She's like, no, you just have to learn. Just look up like a couple tutorials and stuff. Like there's things that you can do, like, but dink around with it a little bit. You'll figure it out. Like you just have to change certain camera settings. Okay. Wouldn't you know it? My camera quality ended up being way better. And then shortly after, well, no, not shortly after that, but because this was like a few years later. But yeah, so shortly after I got my first Droid, though, and people were like, "Oh, that stuff is garbage," whatever. Ugh. I'm hearing about how like iPhones were all taking shits at the same time, where like people's contact lists and like contact history and everything just completely wiped out. So like you did not have any phone numbers anymore. You did not have any history of text messages anymore. You did not have any history of phone calls anymore. So if you wanted to contact somebody, you couldn't. And I was like, that's weird that this is happening. And I'm told that this product is better than the one I'm using, and I don't have that. I don't have that problem. Um, there was another issue that iPhone was having. What was it? I don't remember now. But then I remember somebody got like upgraded their iPhone, and they were having battery issues. Like they couldn't, their phone wouldn't hold a charge. They just had to keep it permanently charged, or else it would just battery would drain. And it was like a brand new phone, and he switched it out, and it wasn't a like a manufacturer, like wasn't a like a error or what. It wasn't like an anomaly. This was just like happening with this particular model of iPhone. Essentially, like this was just like something that just happened. Um, it's just I don't know. It's shocking to me. I keep hearing about this shit with iPhone. So like now that we got one of our friends here who's dealing with the iPhone like deleting 80 gigs of their music. And I'm supposed to believe that that's the better product. Didn't they just say like also like they recently announced this like big upgrade with the iPhone where you guys you can like organize your apps the way you want to now. Something really stupid. Like, what? What were you doing with them before? They just sat there? You just I mean, I guess I don't really care whether or not like what order my apps are in or whatever, but like that's supposed to be a big deal to you? I've just the thing is that like this issue with the moisture and the charging port thing, yeah, it sucks, but they did it to me on purpose because they want me to upgrade my phone because I haven't upgraded it since 2020. Um, I never had this problem until a few months ago. Right? But I'm sure there's something that I can do to like trick it into like not thinking that anymore. I just don't know what that is. If anyone has any ideas, please let me know because I don't want to have to use a wireless charging pad anymore. It's really annoying. I mean, if you want to like buy me a new phone, I'm not going to accept an iPhone. Just want you to know. There are a bunch of features on iPhone that Android users had 3 to 5 years ahead of when iPhone introduced them on their devices. Wow. The one thing with iPhone that I thought was better for a while there was since there were so many different Androids and or like so many different phones out there that had Android operating systems, we didn't get to get like certain apps right away. So like Instagram was on iPhone before it was on Android. And then there was like certain updates that you would get on those apps that we didn't get right away because um because it was so much easier because it was just the iPhone, right? So like that operating system, it was so easy to like create these updates or create these apps and all that stuff and then just and do all the testing on just that hardware. Whereas you would have to do all this testing for these different you have to test the operating system for the different hardware, but then you'd also have to do it um test the app for the operating system for all the different sets of hardware. So take a lot longer to get through that whole process before it would get to Android. But now, like, it's nothing. Lounge Singer, I'll ask Chat GPT for you. There was actually moisture in it at some point or no? I don't think so. Like I didn't have like a traumatic experience with it. Like what I noticed was the phone was fine. I think I had taken my dogs on a walk or something, and then I saw that there was an update, and so I was like, whatever, just update it now. And this was in October. Um, and when the update happened, the operating system update happened, it updated and said there's moisture in your charging port. So I think that Samsung or Verizon or whoever's in charge of it created this update so that I would have to get a new phone. I think that like they I think they did it. I don't think that I don't think it was an actual moisture thing. Now, granted, there were times when like I would have my phone in the bathroom, like when I took a shower and stuff like that. So like it might have just been like overly exposed to the humidity from that. Like I just never dropped it in water or anything. Like I think there was like one time, what was that? Oh yeah, well that was like a couple of years ago anyway. But like I remember one time being like, "Oh no, my battery." Because I had moisture in my phone in my charging port, and that definitely like made sense. Because I think I feel like I was like in the kitchen all day or whatever, and like listening to whatever shit on my phone, and like all the stuff around me, just something happened where like water got in the phone. But again, that was like probably 2 years ago. Like, if I remember correctly, I was actually like I would watch like Nick Rekieta streams every once in a while. So like it's like 2, 3 years ago. Hold on a second. The dogs are freaking out. What are we gonna
Well, I guess that means it's a song and a jiggle.
Oh, we got another? That was amazing.
But so like I was saying, when my dogs are annoying me, when it decided to permanently have moisture in the charging port, there wasn't like a water moment. But Android doesn't have flashlight on their phones? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you drunk? What's this? Is this not a flashlight on the phone? It looks like a flashlight. And it says flashlight on it. Sir, I think you're drinking. I wasn't aware. Well, see, that's the thing. You already knew that you didn't know, but you said it anyway. Exposure to excess humidity will do that. My husband says it does it early in the morning when he's on his way to work. See, okay, so and that's the thing is like I totally get it, but I haven't brought my phone into the bathroom since then. I think I maybe like once or twice. And I don't even know if those were the times when like I was actually taking a shower. Like I make it a point to not have my phone in the bathroom when I take a shower anymore. A bunch of people in the thread are saying they had crud of some kind stuck in the port. They cleaned it with a toothpick, safety pin, etc., and it worked. Maybe I need to try that again because I took Anyway, I had like like those nail brushes. I had one of those and I was like scrubbing with that. And then I even had like a thumbtack at one point and I was like scraping it in there. So maybe I just go back to doing that again. Cuz I saw I saw something online that said that. Um and so I started doing that, but I think maybe I just need to maybe I need to be a little bit, because I mean, it's 5 years old, so it probably needs a little extra love, you know? Probably needs more than just like a just gotta take a stab at it, you know? I gotta pee. I have to pee. I have to pee. I have to pee. BRB. I forgot that Jonathan Davis beatboxed and scatted in Freak on a Leash. Does anybody remember this? That guy became a millionaire from that, by the way. Here I am doing that for free, and homie was getting millions of dollars to do that on stage every night. But like seriously, how come we didn't talk about that more? Jonathan Davis is over here with his dreadlocks. Go! And we just accepted it. We turned him into a millionaire. What? We did that. We were like, this is perfect. Thank you, Jonathan Davis. I mean, for crying out loud, nowadays he would have been protested and harassed, I think, for the cultural appropriation. Corn Prodigy mashup, please. Go! Oh man. Subscribe for more of that. Yeah. Oh my god, that was extra hilarious because I was like, okay, I'm gonna check and see what's up with the dogs. Like, do they want to come back in? And I opened the door, like let them back in, and Chungus is so cute, but her dumb like paw fur is a little. It struggles on the hardwoods sometimes. She's just, and she couldn't. She really had a hard time gaining some traction, trying to like, trying to get her way over here. Oh man, Chrissy Mears boobs. Chest bump. What's up? Hello. Ooh, get some canned air. Okay. I'm gonna. I'll have to try that. Yes, everybody pee. Did we all pee? Just got here just in time for the scat while she pees. You're welcome. I just assumed streamers were depends. You know, it's so funny. I think about that every once in a while because there apparently when Taylor Swift went on tour, I don't know, this was a few years ago. This is when I actually like I watched anything Daily Wire. I remember Ben Shapiro was like, people who go to Taylor Swift concerts are wearing diapers and blah. And I was like, at first I was like, oh, that's a smart idea. Like, you don't have to like miss anything. I just feel like, you know, when you're in these big arenas, it's so easy to get lost and everything. I was just like, you know what? Yeah. And then I thought about it. I'm like, oh God, no, I don't care if I'm wearing a diaper or not. I don't think I'm going to be comfortable going to the bathroom in it. Like, unfortunately, I was potty trained, God, almost 40 years ago now. Ha! Ooh. Oh boy. And the idea of just hanging out in my soil in a diaper, I don't like, I don't think I could do it. Plus, wouldn't that like really make that kind of ruin your outfit, right? Like it wouldn't look that cute. Butt rash, yeah. You'd also smell like pee. Gross. Okay, wait, hold on. We had a guy that would come in weekly and buy 10 cans of compressed air. He was clearly huffing that shit. Yikes. I tried to whip it once and it scared the shit out of me. Never again. I don't know how that sounds terrible. Courtney, what do you think they do in New York City for New Year's Eve for the ball drop? You can't leave when yeah, I definitely think they're like pooping and peeing on each other. Because you can't leave. Although, do they have porta potties lined up next to like you can't leave, but you can leave your spot, but you can't like leave the area or something, right? I don't know. I would never do that ever. It sounds to me like that was a tradition that was really great when it very first started, when we didn't have TV and shit. Um, like it was something that people did. They all went to the city to watch the ball drop as a community. And now it's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't sound like it is what it was, what it used to be. It sounds terrible. I don't know. I mean, like when I was a teenager, I probably would have really liked it. I probably would have thought it was really cool up until I was like 25 or so. I don't know, maybe 30. But man, especially now, like ever since I turned 20, ever since I turned 35, I feel like so many things that I would have thought were cool when I was in my like teens and 20s. I'm like, you wouldn't catch me dead. The joys of being old, the things are fun is not the same kind of fun anymore. You're just it's whatever or something. I don't fucking know. Oh man. Anyway, sorry. Ugh. What are we doing nowadays, you guys, or something, or whatever, something? What am I saying? I don't fucking know. Every New Year's Eve, I listen to the Chicago Police Scanner. It's the most entertaining listen on the planet. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm a hermit. I avoid people in person at almost all costs. And you know what? Here's the thing. It doesn't help that like, COVID hit when I was in my mid 30s, right? And so now so we were like so many changes happened, right? Like you have not only do you have like there were all these different rules that I had no idea what the fucking rules were ever, right? I had no idea. Like I remember one time a friend of mine invited me to go get dinner and I was like, oh, okay. And he was already at the restaurant. And so I just did what people do. And I just walked in. And then I realized, I think, because I thought all the people that were in line and were like 100 bajillion feet away from each other in line, I just thought they were like trying to put their name down to get a table. But I was like, wait, I think I was supposed to like go tell the host my information because they were doing like the COVID tracking or whatever. And I'm like, but no one said anything. So I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't know. But also I'm like, no, I'm not going to stand in the freezing cold. There were like multiple groups of people. I'm like, I'm not going to do all this shit when some of my friends waiting for me inside. So I can either go inside and you can take my money or you can fuck off. I'm not going to give you my information for the COVID track. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. No. But so like there's all these different places that have all these different rules. I don't know who has what rule where or what, because all these people are announcing this shit and like they're not specifying where they are, right? They're not like, oh, if you're, in this particular state or city or whatever, these are like these mandates or whatever. They're just like, oh my God, this thing is happening. I'm like, is it happening here or just where you are? And where the fuck are you? So I had no idea where I was allowed to go, where I wasn't allowed to go. I had no idea. I didn't understand what the stupid arrows in the grocery store were. Nobody used them anyway, so just all of it was dumb. I didn't, but I didn't know like how late is this place is allowed to still be open. Da, da, da. So I feel like that caused a lot of like issues for me because I'm like, I've never had rules like this before. I just figured like you go to a place and then like and they take your money and you leave or whatever. And instead, there's all these other things going on. Like there are some places that are actually locked down, some places aren't, blah, 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 whatever. And like, so already I'm getting old and kind of like wanting to be a little bit more of like a bit of a hermit or whatever. But then I'm also like being bombarded with all these different rules. So I don't even want to leave or go anywhere. And then you go online and everybody is a fucking angry piece of garbage. And you're like, this sucks. All of this sucks. I hate it. Why can't no. No. Let's go back to just being America where I could leave the house. Okay. No one gives a shit what's on my face. I don't have to give you my information if I don't want to. And that's that. So it definitely made me more of like a hermit, like that, all of that like happening while I was young or while I was like getting a little older, So I miss being a little bit more extroverted. Wait, I was in line at a pharmacy and some lady gave me a dirty look because I was less than 6 feet away from her. I had a mask on. I just forgot. Oh, buddy. I remember one time my brother said he was at the grocery store and then like this was like before mask mandates and there was this bin that had like a bunch of I think it was like boxes of masks in there. So it wasn't just like loose masks. And this lady was looking at them and my brother was walking by and he was like, "Oh, what's that?" And she was like, "They're masks. You can buy them." And he was like, "What?" And so he just walked away. He's like, "Fuck you, bitch." Courtney, someone was using panties for a mask back then. Yeah, people were using weird shit as like face coverings. I just remember the coin shortage. I remember hearing people saying there was one, but I don't remember there actually being one. I never experienced it. I don't really know. I had an NPC gator that was fun to wear in Seattle. Oh my God. That was another thing that really fucking pissed me off too, is all these people that were like, oh, what was it? They were like, oh, you need to quarantine. Quarantine's really important. Quarantine. One of those people traveled outside of the country and decided that quarantine meant she could go outside and like play soccer with her friends. No, quarantine means like don't fucking leave the house at all. Yeah, other people were saying like the importance of lockdown, da 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 da. And then I would see them, they would be posting all these pictures of them out and about, like leaving their house, hanging out with their friends. And I'm like, you're telling everyone, you're being such a hypocrite. You're telling all these people that they have to like stay in their house, they're not allowed to leave. And you're going off and doing all the things that these people want to be doing. Like just sit there and be like, oh, I'm on a hike with all of my friends. But then getting mad at other people who went to the beach, like they're also going outside and hanging out with their friends. Why are they bad and you're good? You need to quarantine. You need to quarantine. But I can leave the fucking country. And when I do this quarantine thing, I can leave my hotel room and be in the presence of other people. But I'm not allowed to leave my fucking house at all. Why? No, I'm going to leave the country too. In my quarantine, I'm going to be going outside and hanging out with friends too. How is it like you can decide that who is the bad guy and who's the good guy here? How are you the arbiter of that? Like the pandemic response discredited the concepts of democracy and libertarianism. Exciting time to be alive. Oh my God. I'll be honest. Like oh, we are murder hornets years old. Man, the murder hornets came and went, baby. They really wanted us to just be stuck inside, didn't they? COVID and murder hornets. You can't leave. The murder hornets are going to get you. Yes, never forgive, never forget what these people did. It's amazing to me. Like I was watching in real time, and this wasn't just like dumb shit that I was seeing, like just random posts, screenshots on Twitter. No, this was like I was friends with these people on Facebook. Like I would scroll through Facebook. I feel weird saying it. I haven't used Facebook in forever now, but like these are people I knew. I met them in person. I knew them. Some of them I worked with, some of them I was friends with, whatever. But like fucking knew these people, and I was friends with them on Facebook. And I would scroll through and see them. One post is them chastising people and telling them that they're not allowed to leave their house or whatever. And then the next one is of them outside hanging out with their friends. And I'm like, I just don't understand how the fuck you think that you are the one who can decide what people can and can't do. It so frustrating. Lockdown, but going to Home Depot with 5 other people is fine. And that's another thing too, is like, I can see the I guess logic behind like, okay, grocery stores are essential because you have to go to the grocery store and get food, but like church isn't essential because it's not like you don't need that in order to actually like literally survive. You can do that like via Zoom or whatever, right? I understand the like quote unquote logic behind that, but what I don't understand is why there weren't social distancing mandates. Like you have fire marshals and shit shutting people down if they're not making sure to keep people separated from one another. Why were they still opening up bars but then going, well, at 10 p.m. That's when the virus really gets crazy, right? Like, yeah, you have this logic of limiting exposure, but you're not limiting exposure. Once people are in the room together, they're in the fucking room together. So what's the difference between 10 p.m. and 10:01? That's not, no, the virus doesn't come out to play then. It's already out there. So you're not really limiting exposure just by shutting down your business a few hours early. You're better off just staying open until 2 a.m. because people are going to be exposed no matter what. Oh, let's see here. Last night I was on the phone with a friend back in Washington and explained why I'm on team no forgiveness. She was not very online, so I had to hold back. Slowly but surely, red pill. Yeah, I will say, like, if you weren't really seeing all the crazy shit that was going on online, and you really were living like kind of in your own bubble, I think the experience probably was a little bit different because you really weren't seeing how awful it was for a lot of people. Like, I was working for a company that didn't mandate vaccines, right? So like nobody was at risk of losing their job. Um, uh, they were also very much like they were fine with people kind of like working from home here and there, but they really weren't like full like you have to work, like you need to work from home, or like you can't work from home at all. Like they were, I don't know, like it just seemed like if people, like there were people who did get COVID and I guess they did have it pretty bad. And so like they were hesitant to come back into the office. And so they were accommodating to them. But like for me, I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like my dog thinks he works here and I don't like that because you're not paying him. So I think I should probably be at the office. Oh, he did work there. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I would have milked it a little bit longer though, because now I really regret being away from him when he got so sick. But like, my friend also asked me what I thought of Trump's immigration and citizenship stances. And I had to hold back on that one too. Oh, well, see, that's the thing is like there are certain things that I find to be just like basic logic, you know, like yeah, if you want to be here, like that's like America's big thing is like coming here to live the American dream. Be here legally. And yeah, if you start committing heinous crimes like rape and murder and stuff, like, I'm sorry, you're getting deported. Well, I'm not sorry, you're getting deported. You're not one of us. I don't see what's wrong with that. I feel like any country should have those laws, and for the most part, they do. So why do we have to be different? Why do we have to be tolerant or whatever? It's not, no. COVID, George Floyd riots. Yep. Chaz Chop. Oh my God. Stolen election. 2020 was retarded. Yes. I'm pissed that the Chaz Chop was only a thing in Washington and they didn't do it in LA. LA and Portland, I thought were like way worse than we are. And we had the fucking Chaz Chop. That thing was so embarrassing and so stupid. Oh my God. There's this one girl. I thought I really liked her. Like I knew her from one of the jobs I worked at. She did freelance stuff. And so she would come in every once in a while. And I thought she was awesome. Like I thought she was like one of the coolest people I had ever met. Whoa. First she was like all excited about the Chaz Chop, right? She was like posting videos of it. She's like, look at this live music, free sandwiches, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do you think that this is like an everyday thing like that? No, this, who the hell is giving you these free sandwiches every day? They're going to give them to you every day. That's not how regular life works. Like you have to buy the sandwiches eventually. The live music, they're not going to play every single day. You're going to have to pay for them at some point in time. And like they have to sleep. Like what are we, what? We're just going to have 24/7 live music. What? I don't understand. So, but she definitely thought like she had it in her mind, like, this is what it's all about. Look at that. You guys thought this was going to be so terrible, blah, blah, blah. Well, then I noticed that there were like a couple of like Facebook groups that were dedicated to like stuff going on in the Chaz Shop. And this person asked a genuine question and was like, hey, since the cops aren't allowed in here, who do we call? Like, I want to know who we're supposed to call in cases of like, rape and violence and stuff. Like who are we supposed to contact if something like that happens? This girl's fucking response was, only cops are rapists and murderers, so we don't have to call anybody because that's not gonna happen. Oh, it fucking happened. It happened. Somebody got shot and killed. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of cases of rape going on. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. And the cops weren't there. So I don't know who this woman thought was doing that. And also, I can list off quite a few rapists and murderers that were not cops. If you'd like to go over that with me. Ted Bundy wasn't a cop. Jeffrey Dahmer, not a cop. Ted Kaczynski, he's not a rapist, but he was a murderer. Not a cop. Charles Manson, not a cop. He also not a rapist, but he was a cult leader. He isn't even like technically a murderer, really. But yeah, no, there are like a lot of people out there that you can find that weren't cops, but were definitely rapists and murderers. So to say that, that's just so stupid. Like you should still care about the safety of people and understand that, like, hey, this is something that I'm used to, like I've been used to for my whole life. And so since that I want to participate in this, I want to support it. So I just want to know what we have in place here when it comes to safety. And that was the response that she had. I was going to say the Golden State Killer, but he was actually a cop. Whoops. That one's a little bit different. Green River Killer, not a cop. Odd list to have on fast recall. Is it though? Is it? Was it that fast of a recall? Because I paused a moment. I was like, there are a lot of people out there, but also like I am a woman and I'm white, so obviously I pay attention. I listen to true crime, and I think we all know that I love Ted Kaczynski. That's my homie. So of course I know that he wasn't a cop. John Wayne Gacy. Oh, what a horrible person. Yeah, not a cop. Clown, not a cop. Chaz proves that anarchy would never work. Once there are no police, all semblance of society disappears and people show their true colors. That's true. Like it. I talk about that a lot because I'm like, I feel like I'm a bit of an anarchist in a way. Like I just don't want any government. But then I realize like, I don't think that we would function as a society. It just wouldn't really work because we do have to have something in place to keep people accountable. That's more than just like, hey, by the way, if you do shit to us, we could do it back to you, right? Like there has to be more than that. Like people are terrified of things like prison, right? So, if you don't have, if prison no longer exists, right? Then like what? So there is that, like there is a level where like we just need as limited of government as possible, but zero government. Like obviously there's just, you're kind of fucked. Adam in the house. What up? And you're a historian. I am a historian. Joseph Stalin, not a cop. I think what he did, I don't know. I don't know if people really would like look at that on a level of like murder, though. Is it, like, I feel like that's a different ball game, right? Boob cop here. Reach for the sky. Well, excuse me, sir. What did I miss? Well, we went over pictures of me back when I was ugly and also back when I was hot. And then Joseph Stalin was the cop. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, no, Joseph Stalin he's not on the list. I fumbled that one. I get it. But yeah, no, we went over pictures from when I was like fat and ugly and also when I was hot. And then what else? Oh, we talked about that dumb guy. Damn it boy, he goes by on the internet where he had the Desert Eagle and he was like, I want to see if this can shoot through a book. And so then he had his girlfriend shoot through the book while he was holding the book, and then he died. So then we talked about like gun control and like gun training and all that stuff and how like, we need to like, we just need gun education and we wouldn't be so scared of guns anymore. Because guns are fucking cool. What else did we talk about, guys? It's been 3 hours. What else did we talk about? Talked about that lady that like went berserk after she had plastic surgery, and but Courtney released sexy hot pic, made everyone moist. Those were the days. Then what else? What else did we go over? I know that there was more. Oh, we talked about how silly people are when it comes to iPhone being apparently superior to Android, but everyone always bitches about like the problems they have with an iPhone, and I've never had that with an Android ever, so I don't know how that's a superior product if it's always fucking up and the other product isn't. And then also, we talked about my psoriasis and found out that it was from a lung infection that I got when I was 14. So that's cool. And then trying to think how we ended up getting all the way here though. But I did find out that like one of my psoriasis patches, I kept putting stuff on it like coconut oil and everything as just like whatever the internet was saying, moisturize it and all this stuff, and it wasn't going away. And then Chungus licked it and then it went away. Well, it's not like completely gone, but it's like dramatically reduced. The coconut oil didn't do shit, but Chungus Kisses fixed it. Baby dog. Cricket. Hi, are you comfy? You look so cute. She's so cute. A lung infection? Yes. 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 Has Courtney ever been engaged? Kinda. I mean, a guy asked me to marry him, but it wasn't like, I don't know, I guess it wasn't like official. That makes sense. Like we were in a relationship. The relationship was official, but like, I don't know. I don't know. But we definitely didn't get married. Thank God. Make dog doctors a thing. I'm telling you, my dog is so Chungus, I swear to God, she is like the healing baby. Because there was one night when she kept trying, she loves to lick my pants for some reason. And so she was like licking like the top part of my pants here. And I was like wearing a crop top, and she like snooted my shirt up a little bit. And like this whole area, like that muscle, especially like underneath the rib cage, is like fucked up. That's like the one that hurts the most on me when I get back pain and everything. And she like snooted my shirt up and she started licking it, and it went away. Like it stopped hurting that day. It comes back and hurts every once in a while. But when she gave me a little lick by my rib cage, my muscle started feeling better. Like in the crotch area, no, freak. She likes to lay like next to me on my side, and she'll like lick the like outer thigh of my pants. You guys are creepy. Wait, you have dogs? Yes, I do. I have 3. Are you upset because they're not here? Do you want to see one? If you make me disrupt their slumber, because they're sleeping right now, and Cricket looks, oh my God, Cricket looks so cute. Let me see. Hi. Don't worry. Chunga, 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 choo choo. It was sarcasm, Tard. Wow. Wow. Well, look. Here's 2 of them. No baby on? I know, beep yawn. Tintu, you're so cute. You're so cute. Thank you. Man, poor Cricket. She thinks she's being left out or like being replaced. She can't handle. She can't handle. Oh, she can't handle attention on other dogs. Penelope's the best one. Oh, Derpus, do you want to say hi? They have to be related. I don't think they are. So Cricket moved in. When did you move in again? I always forget. 2017. And then Chungus moved in 2 years ago. I have to tell you, I think Chungus thinks that Cricket's her puppy, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's the case. Oh, my baby dog, you're so beautiful. Just a beautiful baby. But yeah, no, they look related. There were so many dogs that looked like Cricket at that rescue event. Hold on. Just relax. I'll let you lick my hand in a minute. There she is. Hi, honey. Yes. What do you see? Oh, hello. Oh my God. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being gentle. She's a lot more gentle on stream. She will like attack the shit out of my face. Hi. Yeah, you're cute. You want to go sit down? Yeah, you want to get sit down. My babies. She's one video away from reading poems about these dogs. I know. They're so perfect. Look at that. Oh, oh, thank you. You guys saw something very cute. Courtney, you can get a lot of girls with those dogs. Probably. Do you want to go lay down in bed again? Yeah, you're shaking. We're going to clip your nails, honey. Come here. You want down? I hate it when she does this. I'm trying to help her and she won't tell me. Penelope brings the fire. Was that a tiny beep? That was very cute. There's a tiny little. Penelope is an absolute nuisance, actually. She, as a menace to society, she's made of destruction and disaster. Okay, you lay down? Yeah, lay down. Okay. Oh, hey, Chunk. Jesus, come here. No. Yeah, come on. Wow, it took me a minute to fully figure out what the hell was going on with Penelope. Penelope is there to remember the Empire destroying Alderaan. Yeah, that's Penelope is the Death Star. She's a dog terrorist. Yeah, sometimes I think she might have been Osama bin Laden reincarnated. She knows what she wants. She will demand it, and she is extremely aggressive if she doesn't get it. Who else is like that? Cricket, who's very pathetic. Okay. What now? Okay. Yeah. So let's see here. And then we talked about psoriasis. And then we talked about how annoying YouTube is because it won't let me rate anybody. They're dumb. Oh, Chody's birthday stream starting in an hour. It's called being in charge. I know honestly, she is in charge. She is she's the head of this household. She, also she's extremely impressive. If you notice, she's rather small. Okay. She's about 9 pounds and she has stolen, a McChicken from me. Get this, in the time that it took for me to get up and go to the bathroom and then come out of the bathroom, she got up onto the kitchen table, grabbed the McChicken, okay, got off of the kitchen table, unwrapped the McChicken perfectly, like no tears, nothing, just perfectly, and then ate the whole thing in another location. Like she took it, and so all I found was like a wrapper and a trail of lettuce leading to Penelope. And then on top of that, she never got sick. No puking, no diarrhea, nothing. Also, similar situation happened with chicken nuggets. And again, she got up onto the kitchen table, grabbed the container. She made it to the couch with this one. And when I found her, now this only had, I think, like three nuggets left in it. But she was on the couch and she was eating the third one. So I thought that there were 2 other nuggets somewhere that I needed to find. No, she already ate them. This dog, and again, did not get sick. She didn't get sick. No puking, no diarrhea, nothing. She was fine. The dog has the gut of steel. She can eat anything. Cricket, on the other hand, can't even have rice without barfing everywhere for a week. How many did she eat of the nuggets? All of them. So I think there were only 3 left, if I remember correctly, but she ate every single one left that was left in there. Penelope was the patsy. It was Chungus all along. Chungus, both times, hiding in my bedroom. Yeah. She was hiding in my bedroom. Like, she did not want to be a part of it at all. Help! My head is stuck. Ah. Okay. Do the dog treats make everyone fart or just Cricket? It was Chungus that had the farting issue. Cricket actually was fine with those treats. Right, you? Yeah, I think you were okay. Maybe you tooted a bit. Chungus, though, hoo-wee! I don't know if it was the banana in it, but she gets, maybe it was a peanut butter, I think. Maybe. Because she'll get a little farty every once in a while. And man, she'll peel the paint off the walls. It's pretty rough. Couple of times unfortunately, I'm sorry, Cricket, I didn't mean to do this. I accused Cricket of pooping because I was like, oh my God, something is awful. So I thought like, dude, are you pooping in the house? You need to tell me. And then I get up to go like find the evidence and there's nothing. Then I realized, oh, Chungus is farting in my face again. Wild. Just gnarly farts. That chunka, that little chungamunga. I love you, Cricket, my little baby. That's what I call shitting in the air. Yeah, she just, woo, very thick, but she loved those things. It was so funny. The first time she tried one, I opened up a little package and I gave each one of them a treat, and then Chungus watched me close the package and then go put it in the pantry. So then when she went outside and went potty and expected a treat, she came flying into the house, like I've never seen her run so fast in my life on those stubby little legs, and went straight to the pantry and like jumped up and pushed on the door and like almost broke it. She almost like ripped it off the tracks. I was like, oh my God. Like, okay, I get it. You want one of these trees. Jeez. And then next thing you know, she's farting up a storm. What a mess. Yeah, those yikes. Yeah, I don't know what it is that causes it. I think it might be peanut butter. I don't really know. Because she hasn't been farty recently. So I have no idea. Hiding in the bedroom like Leah Harvey Oswald hid in the movie theater. Oh, that was in a movie theater? I don't remember the whole story now. But yeah, like a little bitch baby. But that's what the CIA told them to do. As long as they're not allergic to peanut butter. I don't think they're allergic to peanut butter. I mean, if she is allergic to peanut butter, the worst it does is make her fart. I'll put up with the farting. It's amazing what you'll put up with when you love a small creature that doesn't that's just kind of, retarded. You just okay, if it's gonna fart in my face, like, okay. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. She loves peanut butter and I love her, so oh, this is different then. Yeah, he shot JD Tippett in his theater. Oh. How do you feel about Peppa Pig? I don't know. Peppa Pig was after my time. Hello. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, little baby? What else were we gonna go over? What else were we talking about? It's been 3 hours. I mean, I suppose we've all run out of we've all run out of energy and topics, and I need to now look into this weird psoriasis thing that I have that I didn't know I had. Like I kind of knew I had it, but like, I didn't really know. You know what I mean? Like I knew, but I didn't know. We could talk about Peppa Pig. Well, I don't know what to say about Peppa Pig. I don't really know anything about her. We can talk shit about that guy that decided that doing a prank with a gun was a smart idea. Prank and gun should never be used in the same sentence. That's no. Prank and gun don't belong together. Okay? First of all, thank you. Bye-bye. But that guy was a big dum-dum. I do find that story of that woman though that went nuts after the surgery. That story was so fascinating to me.
What are my orders?
Isn't it weird to hear Darth Vader ask that question? Like, I mean, it's not like, but it's just, it's
The
like
very worst thing you can do right now is bore me. Join me, and together we can make that happen.
I don't know. He's kind of boring me. In her forgetful moments, Courtney will pray to a blue candle. What? Pray to a blue candle. Is this code for something, Plotbot? Hey, Plotbot, do you want to hear the song? that I made? Did I close out of that? No. Guys, Vader's kind of a douche. Sometimes. Yeah, he is. Plotbot wasn't here for this song. So we have to play this song for Plotbot now. Oops. Bye. Hi. Wait. There we go. All right.
Black diamond, mud-block, caviar, iced tea, and carrot cake, peanut butter, Swedish, the KGB was on mustard, lesbian visibility week, Earl Grey tea in the Sahara, going to jiu-jitsu in a party, Sack Life, Bitcoin, Bermuda Triangle, Area 51, talk dark and handsome, elitist music, play cello, accelerate to the singularity, ethical egoism, wear a suit and tie even though you're a woman. Join the Freemasons, coffee, be cerebral, sincere monster, calculating. I have a degree in neuroscience. I'm a visionary villain, become a witch. Knowledge is power, join the Illuminati. Strategy, get authority from the UN. Water, glasses, stopwatch, floor mirror. Yeah, still mortal to a drop in immunity. You Sebastian Bach, strain of germ. Even the pink bathrobes.
Man.
Kelly Cullen, Black Diamond, Mont Blanc, caviar, iced tea and carrot cake, peanut butter, Swedish, the KGB was on mustard, lesbian visibility week, Earl Grey tea in the Sahara, going to jiu-jitsu in a Porsche, Chat Life, Bitcoin, Bermuda Triangle, Area 51, talk dark and handsome, elitist music, play cello, accelerate to the singularity, ethical egoism, wear a suit and tie even though you're a woman, join the Freemasons. Coffee, be cerebral. Sincere monster, calculating. I have a degree in neuroscience. I'm a visionary villain, become a witch. Knowledge is power, join the Illuminati. Strategy, get authority from the UN. Water, glasses, stopwatch, floor mirror. Yeah, still mortal to a drop in immunity. You Sebastian Bach, strain of germ. Even the pink bathrobes.
So Plotbot makes me feel exposed. I mean, that's just all the random shit that you were throwing into the chat the other day. Which to me was hilarious. No, oh my God. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. Super chat. Super chat. Give me all your money. 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 I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money.
I wish somebody were funding me. I'm poor.
All right. Is this a CIA op? That song? No, that's Plotbot. That's Plotbot being Plotbot. And now that's what we're going to start doing is when we find a collection of interesting comments in the chat, we're turning them into songs. Anyway. So that was fun. My body hurts. CIA got a whole other thing going on. My body hurts. I need a stand-up desk. A desk. You know, I need maybe it'll stand up, like move around. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go, okay? And I'm gonna stretch and try and not allow my body to hurt anymore. Okay? Thank you. All right. Now. All right. Yeah, it hurts. My body hurts. Okay, so let's see here. Time for cat cow. Well, I was not super chatted enough money for a cat cow. So I'll be cat cowing alone. Just to let you know. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Saw. Shody's stream, Camelot 331, his stream is coming up. Yeah, very soon. Very soon. What is that? 40 minutes or something like that? So, but I just got here. My body hurts, Meg. Yeah. So yeah, in like 40 minutes. My earbud is dying now, so that means I really have to go. Yeah, so in like 40 minutes, his stream will be starting. So everybody go there. I'll be in the chat. Zia will be on at some point. Yeah, so it's gonna be a party over there. Okay. So I'll see you soon. Bye. I guess that just means we're having to do this again. Oh no.
To an end, stars are fading, lights descend. Thank you for this time we spent. Memories shared, hearts well mend. We had such a great time here. Laughter, love, and moments dear. Every smile, every cheer. Now it's time to disappear. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew, forever hold on nights to you. Walking out into daylight, city's glow turns into night. Hold these moments nice and tight. In my dreams you'll shine so bright. Every goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, embrace. I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew, forever hold on nights to you. Holy goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again.